Smith is ready. Gwynn waiting to pitch. There's a drive, right center field, base hitter, there it is! Ho-ho, doctor! You can hang a star on that, baby! A star for the ages for Tony Gwynn, number 3,000.
Oh,
that
yeah,
time
it is.
again.
It is that anniversary, huh?
Yeah.
Pops' 3,000th hit.
Yeah, we never get
Also-
tired of celebrating that one.
Now, 2,000 and 3,000 would also come on my late grandmother's birthday.
Not crazy.
His mom's as well. So, yeah, that's always cool to go back down that memory lane there. Hello, gentlemen. How's your Thursday going?
Very good, Tony Gwynn Jr. I don't know if anybody can tell on the chat, but I dug out an old Dolphin jersey today because, I mean, I know everybody's caught up in the pennant race, but hey, guys, it's time for some football tonight, Skraby. You and I are going to watch at least 2 or 3 plays of the Hall of Fame game tonight.
Oh, my gosh. Tony, I got to ask you something. Do you think that we've known Chris for what, coming up on 8 years now?
Yeah.
Do you think him poking fun at the Hall of Fame game means that he's actually really looking forward to this game?
What do you mean? I
Yes.
love it. I say I love it.
Yes, because you're
Yes.
like tongue in cheek saying you love it, but
Yes.
deep down inside, you sent us a picture earlier of your helmets all ready to go for week
Yeah,
one.
right. No, I love the Hall of Fame game.
He is pumped up about football. I'm also taking this as subliminal messages as a commissioner.
Oh, goodness.
Hey, man, let's get this league rolling. Every time he sends a football
Tony,
thing, I'm thinking about it.
I don't mean to put any pressure, but here's a picture of week one's helmets. I don't believe that you did that, Chris, for like football, but I can see why Tony would think that.
I just love to get my helmets out. I got my new Tennessee Titans helmet in the mail yesterday,
Wait,
and
real
so
quick,
I'm ready to
Chris,
go.
when the football season ends, do you pack them away?
I do not. Oh, okay. I have there's a method to what I do. That shelf that you saw them. Now everybody's wondering what we're talking about, so I guess we got to fill them in a little bit. But I do have all 32 NFL Pocket Pro helmets, and they're up to like the minute in terms of the latest version of each helmet. I am very. It's important to me.
I was
to
driving
do
home
that.
last night, and
wait. Hold up. I have so many questions.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're up to the minute updated. Like, so do you find out in advance if a team is going to change? Like,
yeah, I keep an eye on stuff like that.
Wait, so the company that makes this, how quick are they on the update?
Yeah, it's funny you're asking this, Tony, because this offseason there are 2 teams, actually a third now, but there's 2 teams that changed their helmets. The Commanders, and this is also the main helmet because now teams even have alternate helmets, which I don't get all of those. So that's a little too much for me. But the Commanders put different stripes over their, helmet. The helmet, because so their helmet's different. The biggest change that everyone will notice is the Tennessee Titans. They went away from the flying thumbtack logo on the side of their helmet to a little something different, which pays more tribute to the old Houston Oilers with different colors and the light blue. So I ordered those 2 helmets from a place that I get these things. It's called Southeastern Sports Memorabilia. Found it online a long time ago, but they're really good getting these. So I ordered I want to say in June or July, probably June. And then,
Were they hand painting these things?
Hang on a second. Listen up for a second. Jeez.
It's been like 2 months.
It's been 3 months. So anyway, about 6 weeks went by, and I started going, where the hell is my helmets? it wasn't a big deal. It cost like $5 each, so it wasn't like I was out a bunch of money, but I thought maybe they got misplaced. So I went, on the website. I found how to contact the company, wrote a letter. I said, hey, no big deal, but here's my order number, and I never got my helmets. The guy got back to me, and he said, sir, pay attention to your, confirmation slip. The 2 helmets you ordered ahead of when they're actually been done. They haven't been made yet. Because they're new, They hadn't even been made yet.
That's why they have them on the site.
Right. So he said, you're going to have to wait until they're made, and then we'll send them out.
So he was hand painting it.
Yes, he was. So no, anyway, so yesterday the new Titans one arrived. So I texted Skraby
Wait, did you just say
photo.
something about writing a letter? I may have missed that because Adam's freaking out. Did you write an actual
email?
letter? Oh, email.
Yeah,
Okay,
an
all
email.
right.
Thank you, Adam.
He did say letters, though.
I know,
That's
I
crazy.
did. I did. But anyway, so I keep the helmets up to date, and yes, I do. Crazy me, and I know I'm a dork, so I don't mind.
I mean, it's not a surprise to me. I've been around you long enough to
I
know
put the
that this would be
matchups
something right
up there
your
on the
alley.
shelf each week, and I just have kind of fun doing that. But during the off season, Tony, the same shelf is where the helmets stay, but they're lined up and in the back in order of how they finished in the division standings. Except, hang on. I gotta
leave. I
know you're gonna throw up.
I gotta leave.
Okay, one last thing. In the middle of all 8 helmets, all 8 divisions lined up, the Super Bowl champ gets to stand alone in the middle for the off season.
That is so Chris that it's not even. It's hilarious.
I am stunned.
It's hilarious.
I am stunned.
Hilarious.
I'm not stunned actually. I'm just like, whoa.
No.
I didn't know
That's a lot.
We knew it was a lot.
He
but I
said
didn't
the
know
champion
it was
gets to stand alone.
You win the Super Bowl, you get the spotlight. You get the spotlight
That's
spot
amazing.
for the off season.
Wow.
Yes, so
Wow.
Man.
I know.
All right, let's get
nuts.
to business. Yes,
Skraby,
yes,
we
you
have
are.
to? Do we
Should
have
you put the photo up on YouTube for
this is
people to look at
this
so
is
people
for you.
understand what I'm talking
Twitter.
about?
Chris LOSD Twitter.
Oh, you want me to post it?
Yeah, because then everybody can go to your account and see it.
Yeah, well, we know how that went yesterday, trying to post a photo of the old
Please tell me you took the photo on your camera or on your phone.
the Padre buggy cart.
No, the helmet you sent us earlier.
Yeah, no, I have it.
Okay, so you could send
That'll
that.
be easier.
Tony, I don't think you were not aware of this.
Yeah,
actually.
he missed this yesterday.
We had a full segment yesterday of me explaining to Chris how to attach a picture to his email to send to himself. It was a hit of a segment. I got multiple people telling me we need to do Chris versus technology.
I got a lot of people congratulating me at softball last night for finally getting it downloaded. So.
The good old attachment, huh?
Yeah. Well, hey, you may find a lot of this talk nonsense out there, and I don't blame you, but it is keeping us from talking about Casey Mize's debut at least a little longer. So that there's a method to our madness, apparently.
When asked about being able to dismiss this as an anomaly and move on quickly, Casey Mize says, "Ask me tomorrow. I'm not sure."
Oh, he doesn't know if he can get paid. Yeah, yeah.
This is what he said after the game. I'll have a better answer for you tonight. It doesn't feel like that.
Yeah,
but after
for sure.
I get a good day, after I get a good day of work in tomorrow, maybe so. So, listen, Casey had a rough one yesterday, to say the least. He just, even through the first 3 innings, he kind of navigated,
Right.
Getting into some trouble, getting out of it. But then it all came pouring down on him, and, that was bad in itself. But to me, the offense was far more of an issue than
Yeah,
Casey
they could
Mize.
have helped him out by giving him a couple of runs early, and it
Right.
could have very well gone differently. You never can tell.
Yeah, no, I think the offense they didn't have a good day yesterday, to say the least. I know the young man Brad is one of their better prospects, but not the way y'all just did. They just did Rodriguez the night before. I mean, they treated him. They almost like they should have flipped him. Like they
Yeah.
should have been flip flopped. Nonetheless, they got another chance. Come out today, another lefty. This will be 3 straight for the Pods. See if they can put up together a better offense. Dodgers are already here, having their off day.
That's right.
So
They play the
Padres-
Diamondbacks this weekend, trying to snap a 6-game losing streak. So
Right, so Padres could, if with a win, pick up half game there, pick up a full game on the D-backs, and so they got to have a better offensive performance.
did they
though,
not have a good
regardless.
plan last night, or did it just not go, right for them? Is it? Can you recognize that, Tony, watching the game, or?
to me, and I know you guys covered this a little bit during the roundtable earlier. To me, it almost as though seemed like I'll try to put it the best way. Like when you've had a run of facing like elite good arms, running it up there, are guys you gotta be on your best, right?
Yeah.
There is a space for guys to see a guy like Brat topping out at 91 and thinking to yourself, oh, okay, I'm gonna get loose today. Like this is the day to get loose. And what I saw, that seemed like what was happening. Guys were taking big hacks. I mean, there was, especially in the first couple innings before Brat started figuring out, oh, I'm doing well. Before his confidence went through the roof, he left a bunch of balls slurves in the middle of the plate, and guys were seeing them. They just were getting big.
Swinging too big,
getting jammed on breaking balls, and I think that's what I saw last night.
Yeah,
I didn't necessarily think Brat was just nasty. I just think that Padres saw a guy who wasn't a top tier or a high velocity guy and thought, oh, it's gonna go just like it did last night. And they didn't have – I don't think they took the same type of swings as they took the night before.
Had one hit last night in 8 innings. But, Tony, I mean, I'm, never going to compare myself to a major leaguer because I didn't get that far. But I made it to college because of guys who thought the way the Padres were thinking last night, which was, I'm going to get this guy. Because when I was warming up, I think guys were fighting each other to come up to bat because they didn't
salivating.
They didn't see any velocity or anything, and they're like, wow, we're going to crush this guy. You can use that against people sometimes, and that might have had something to do with it. Casey Mize, I've also had happen to me what happened to him, Tony, and that is like that one inning, it seemed like the first or second pitch, they jumped on like 6 batters in a row. And you get into like a groove and you want to call timeout on the mound and start over, but you just can't. You got to get up and throw the next pitch. And it was just a rut there right? It was one hit after another. And before you know it, now there's 5 straight hits and you're coming out of the ball game. So I don't, he didn't have good location. That's the number one thing. The home run he gave up, which, was a hanging, the split. He didn't have a good feel for that last night, Tony. The split's supposed to start below the waist and dive under the strike zone. His split was starting at the shoulders and diving into the strike zone, and that's not going to work at this level.
Yeah, listen, I mean, I don't know that it has the same type of effect that it does in Colorado, but we are at altitude here in those specific pitches sometimes.
Yeah.
A split. May not. He definitely didn't have feel for it. He threw a couple decent ones early that were below the zone that the Diamondbacks saw out of hand, but it just wasn't his night last night. And what I do appreciate about Casey is you could tell he's a pro. Like he has a sense of, okay, that wasn't great. That certainly wasn't how I want it, and I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. It hurts right now to go through it, but tomorrow we're going to figure it out and keep working at it, and that's all he can do. I have a hard time believing we're going to see too many more starts like the worst one of his career he had last night, literally.
If
he
you
hadn't
look
had to start worse than that.
Yeah, if you look at his season, that was only the second time all year he's walked 3 batters in a game, and 12 base runners was the most he's allowed in a game this year. So let's
glad it happened here.
Get it out of the way. What'd you say?
Glad it happened here.
Yeah,
now I can understand.
I know. The timing was not great.
I'm gonna be. I'm gonna be a guy that no one wants me, or some people don't want me to be. But I totally understand why he may have not been on his game last night. His last 2 weeks, according to him, has just been a whirlwind. Now he didn't say anything about that after the game. They asked him about it. He said, "Yeah, it's been a whirlwind." He didn't make that as an excuse, but I think sometimes we need to give a guy a little bit of leeway after he gets traded.
He doesn't want the leeway, and that's fine because he hadn't pitched in 10 days, which is another thing. He just may not have been as sharp.
Yeah, no, there's definitely
a lot of reasons.
What we know is what you know is a guy like that doesn't come in and want to throw like that. He wanted to come out and be the dude, and it just didn't go his way. And so, we'll move to the next one. Walker Buehler on the bump tonight. Chance for the Padres to split before headed home. This is what I believe 26 and 27. We still got the homestand to get to before we get to the off day in Cleveland. You got an Astro team all of a sudden playing a lot better than they were earlier in the year. You got the Triple Crown guy on that team and Yordan Alvarez coming to town. But first you got to get this one. Walker looking to have a little bounce back start from his last one.
Yeah, you got 2 first-place teams, right? Astros, Brewers coming up.
Yeah, it's a big stretch.
Yeah, that's right. No doubt. All right, let's get to break. On the other side, when I heard about this, all I could think about was, this is definitely going to come up on the show tomorrow. Padres raising ticket prices for the 6th straight year.
Season
let's
ticket
talk
prices.
about it.
Yeah.
Yes. Let's talk about it on the other side. More Gwynn and Chris.
right, Gwynn Chris underway. Thursday, another night game. Padres Diamondbacks. Sam Levitt pregame, ball game about 6:30. A little after that tonight. Padres again 2 games back of Arizona and also Philadelphia 2 back of those. Phillies. By the way, Luis Arraez hit a home run last night in his second game for the Phillies. Seems to be doing okay there. Padres lost. What was the score? I lost track. 10-4. Second consecutive game, though, that it was 8-0. The night before, the Padres led 8-0, and then last night the Diamondbacks flipped the script. Walker Buehler will be on the hill tonight.
Real quick, because we didn't get the chance to talk about this ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
I know. I sent you guys a text. Maybe it was Monday, maybe it was Tuesday, after Nick Pivetta came off the mound. Have you guys kind of heard the latest on that? Have you guys talked about the latest?
I have. Yeah, we did not get into it too much yesterday because we didn't hear Craig Stammen until late in the show. But I did hear the update.
Everything was thumbs up from what I heard. Yes. Or no?
Yeah.
No?
Apparently he came off the mound, and I think we all saw it. We all thought the same thing. Like it's a wrap. Maybe some fear. Maybe some scar tissue breakup. Who knows? But he was able to finish his pitches, and then the following day felt good enough to continue the program he had been on. So
yeah, it's all good. Hopefully,
yeah. Which is I just in case we hadn't discussed it, I just wanted to make sure.
Well, we got I brought this up today too, Tony. With the way the Padres are doing their pitching right now, do we really have to get Pivetta and Musgrove ready for 7 innings and 110 pitches? They could just use these guys for 3 innings at a time every third, fourth day. I'm not saying they'd want to do. I just don't know how it's going to work. But the way the Padres are mixing things in, they might be able to get these guys back contributing, earlier than we think.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's sustainable. Honestly, I think they did it the two weeks that they did it. And I would bet if they had to go another round of 3 times through, I don't think we get the same results. I think you start to deteriorate your bullpen, in a major way. I think, especially because we got 2 months of games left. We don't just have a month left. So,
well, I don't know. The Padres are thinking outside the box, so I thought I'd try to step outside the box myself. The only thing worse than watching PCA hit a home run is having PCA on base when Alex Bregman hits a 2-out, 2-run homer in the bottom of the 9th to tie it up against the Blue Jays here at Wrigley Field, because that means PCA has to be part of the celebration at home plate. You'd almost think PCA hit the home run.
Okay.
It was Bregman.
Even I'll stop you there.
PCA has a hater too now, huh?
Oh, he definitely does. I'm not a fan of him either, but.
All right. They're in the bottom of the 10th right now. Cubs and Jays are tied at 2. All right. Tony touched on it. Padres sent the notice out, and indeed, they are going to raise ticket sales prices for a 6th consecutive year. Says the weighted average increase.
I have to stop you. It's very important that we distinguish season ticket prices.
What did I say?
Just ticket prices.
All right. Padres are raising
individual ticket prices. They're not talking about yet, but the season.
Thank you for
tickets,
distinguishing.
Yes,
now leave me alone. Padres.
Sorry to correct you, Chris.
Yeah, Padres are raising season ticket prices.
Thank you.
For a 6th year. And if I say anything else wrong, don't worry. Skraby will be right here. With a weighted. It's important you say weighted. Average increase of 3% for the 2027 season. Eric Grupner announced the hike in an email to season ticket holders. Of course, this is the toughest part, I'm sure, of Eric Grupner's job. I don't think he loves signing his name to a note that tells everybody the tickets are going up. Prices did not raise from 2017 through 2021. I think it's interesting because they didn't raise, but the Padres weren't very good. they weren't really making the same commitment at that time. Now, finally in 2020, the short season, 2021, better. But since then, prices have gone up. Now, listen, 20% in 22, 18%, 9%, 3%. Last year, 7%. This year, back to 3%. I think it's the price of doing business, Tony. This is the day and age. I mean, you got to. I hate to say it. You got to do it. I don't want to agree with the ownership because I love ownership, but
yeah, no. I mean, listen, it's tough. It's tough to see it at a time where people, feel like cost of living is through the roof, and so that's in the backdrop. However, I will say this: I go to all these stadiums, and there isn't one that is comparable to Petco Park in terms of the food, the entertainment, the drink, whatever you want.
Experience.
I mean, the experience, whether you're talking in Right Center or you're talking on top of the Western Metal Supply Company building, like they have gone, they do it better than everybody else. And that is not a homer take. I promise you, you go to my family is just here in Arizona. And they went to 2 of the 4 games, and all they kept talking about was, man, they don't have this here. They don't have that here. And it's all in comparison to Petco Park, and that is that's the truth. That being said, it's still difficult during this time where, as I said, price of living is just it's tough. It's tough out here.
I was doing some light research on Google Gemini, and most teams around 20 or like 20 to 25, like they are raising their season ticket prices on a yearly basis. So it's not a Padres thing. Now, I don't like to see longtime season ticket holders maybe get priced out, because that's not my favorite thing in the world. My grandpa, when he had his 49ers season tickets, they priced him out, and it really angered me because he had 49ers season tickets for over 30 years. But everything in our world is going up, and the more that people buy these tickets, the more expensive they're going to get. The demand is what I'm reading is the reason.
There's a waiting list for season tickets, is there not?
Right.
There is a waiting list.
Yeah.
Right.
So
that it ties all back into the other things we talk about often. Like, you can send a message, but I mean, do you really want to? There's a waiting list, so that means you don't want to.
Right. If you say I'm not going to do it, that's okay. You're going to have to go to some single games. That is the story right now. The supply and demand.
Yeah.
I'm not even a business major, but even that I know is what triggers a lot of this. And the demand is there.
C20 said raising them after the sale before CBA and when team is middling around 500 is an interesting chess play.
Chess play.
Is it 4-dimensional chess?
Oh, yeah,
I know that's a term now.
You're thinking Grubner's playing 4D chess?
He's playing some 4D chess. Yeah, why not? Everybody else does.
When I saw this, I was like, man, this is an interesting time. I'm not going to lie. I thought it.
Yeah.
I can't get mad at the team because they're a business, just like every other business. It doesn't make me happy.
Business is business, but I did say on the roundtable today, and I'm not calling on this, but the new owners could become heroes if they said, look, we're going into some uncertain times. Maybe we'll hold off on the 3% till next year. Wouldn't that be a wonderful little present to all of us? I'm just saying. They're not going to do it. They don't have to do it. I'm just saying. Be wonderful.
You're just saying.
I just said it, so there you go.
Okay.
I guess I'm putting pressure on them. I hope not to.
Yeah, I mean, I looked at the Dodgers tickets. You want to talk about you know what's actually going up way more than tickets in these games? Concessions and merch. Merch and concessions are easily year over year the highest increase in prices, and so the tickets are like a second worry compared to merch and food and beer.
I mean, look all around you. I mean, regardless of what some of the reports will say, we all seem to pay higher prices pretty much wherever we go.
Yeah,
we just do.
Yeah,
we do.
We don't like it, but it's the
Lucky's dog food is more expensive now for some reason.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that.
Would you donate some dog food to me?
Sure.
Yeah.
I don't think I think Lucky's not foo-foo enough though to eat the kind of dog food that we have for Kylie. So
Lucky will eat anything you put in front of him.
yeah, true enough.
Okay, never mind. My thing just flashed and said radio server not responding.
What does that mean?
I don't know, but now it's back. So we're going to try to go to break.
So if we just cut out there for a second, you didn't miss anything too important, that's for sure. Gwynn and Chris continues. I think we have a really good conversation lined up for next. Stephen A. Smith, Michael Wilbon, two pretty good journalists. Now, the question is, are either of them really still journalists? Coming up.
Ben and Woods on the Fan.
Is that part of the song?
What, the beginning? Yeah,
All the people talking.
Yeah, I need to take this one out. I made a mistake.
I was confused. I was like,
Yeah.
who's all in the room right now, man? That's crazy.
Actually,
Got
I'm
a show to do.
going to take it out right now.
Tony Gwynn Jr., Chris Ello, Matt Skraby, 2:38 on the clock. Padres back in action for the last game of this 4-game set against the Diamondbacks. Walker Buehler throwing for the Padres. All right. Chris teased Stephen A. and Michael Wilbon having a little disagreement on what journalist is actually, and I respect it, Wilbon for saying it. You know, somebody had to say it, and I respected the way Stephen A. You could tell he has a ton of respect for Michael Wilbon because he didn't go at him like he would have gone at anybody else who had said this. And so it brings up a good conversation. But before we get to it, I just wanted to kind of get to this note. Obviously, SDSU moving into the Pac-12 this season, the new Pac-12. And I don't know if you guys recall, but when that all went down, the Mountain West, had these basically poaching fees where they were seeking $100 million in exit fees from the departing 5 schools and another $55 million in poaching fees from the Pac-12 in a conference, as Mark Ziegler writes, for a marriage gone bad. The divorce settlements is for less than half, according to Mark. He says that according to the multiple sources inside and outside the conference who speak on the condition of anonymity, in the wake of Monday's joint announcement that they have finalized settlement first reported in Union Tribune back in May. Now, it does it give, it says, it does. It says SDSU, Boise State, Colorado State, Fresno State, and Utah State are each on the hook for just under $10 million in exit fees. And less than half of the estimated $20 million due under Mountain West bylaws for leaving with 1 year's notice. So it sounds like they got off very, very light in terms of, and this is all the teams, in terms of what the Mountain West was seeking. So good for San Diego State, I guess.
Yeah, there goes my $10 million still. That's going to probably take away my suite on the road this year. I was hoping.
10 mil?
Skraby, what are you trying to write there? I have Stephen and audio. That's what it came out
Stephen
as.
A. audio.
Yeah, it didn't capitalize the A.
Okay.
So much behind the scenes work here. All right, so here's the story.
Wait, shouldn't we play the Wilbon thing first, though? Can you get the Wilbon
Is it the one where
sound?
the one from the article, right? I'm here to remind you to tell you who I am.
No, that's Stephen A.
Let me start it, and then you can play Stephen A. coming back. I mean, the story basically was that Wilbon basically, he's the guy imparting the interruption, and he said,
him and Tony Kornheiser.
Yeah, he and Kornheiser. Cubs just won, by the way, in the bottom of the 11th inning. Okay, so. And it said that Michael Wilbon basically said, quote, "Stop. Stephen A. Smith, you're not a journalist anymore. You're not doing what you did at the Philadelphia Inquirer. I know what you did there because I was a shoulder-to-shoulder with you on press row and in press boxes and at practices. Stephen A. is now a show. He knows it. He wants to be the show, and he's doing a damn good job at it. That's what he wants to be. He now has spawned a whole generation of people who want to be the show. Good for Stephen A." And Stephen A. responded, and I don't know that Stephen A.'s response was necessarily all that negative. I guess some of it was. But
No.
Like you said, Tony, Michael Wilbon's a pretty well-respected journalist. And I don't know that I disagree with Michael Wilbon. And if Stephen A. isn't a journalist, so be it. Because I think this is working out just fine for him. What do you think?
Skraby, you should. I'll give my thoughts after Skraby plays the sound of Stephen A.
You get a little confused because
you just said you had sound of Stephen A.
Yes, I have sound of Michael Wilbon yelling at Stephen A. This is,
I don't need to hear that part.
Okay,
We
this is
don't. We want to
embarrassing.
hear the actual substance.
Well, what Stephen A.
We don't wanna hear
said, the quote that
TMZ
Stephen A.
essence.
said is, "I'm here to remind you who the hell I am," and that was a Twitter post.
yes, that's
Stephen
what
A.
I have.
Oh, my goodness.
Listen, he would go on to say, I read what Stephen A. said. He would basically go on to say that in the literal sense, Michael Wilbon is right. He is no longer a journalist from that standpoint. But he makes the point of he'll always be a journalist. The Stephen A. show, he also made the point that First Take is a lot different than his, I think it's his actual podcast, the Stephen A. show. They do different things. But he makes the point that, yes, Michael Wilbon is correct from a literal standpoint. But he makes the point that he will always be a journalist because that is how he cut his teeth. That is the foundation of how he even got into this business. And so I guess in some ways both men are correct. I don't think what Stephen A. does now, he's not in the locker rooms, he's not, in the press box, is journalism at this point. Oh, I thought you were talking out loud there, Skraby.
No. I was just telling Chris.
We have more. I've never had more confusion in my life as to exactly what sound you have.
Well, I've been trying to
just
tell you guys over here. I've had the sound 3 times.
You honestly said you had Michael Wilbon yelling at Stephen A.
It's all in the same clip.
And then okay.
I said I had the sound 3 times.
You did not make it clear on what you had, though.
Here is Stephen A. responding to Michael Wilbon.
Knows it. Responsibilities change, but the nature of who you are isn't. I don't just come on the air and bloviate out the mouth. I make phone calls. I have resources. People educate me about what's going on. I'm just not in somebody's face immediately upon talking about them. I got to be in studio, mic'd up, etc. The Stephen A. Smith Show on politics. I've had over 50 politicians on my show. Sports. When I sat down with Commissioner Goodell, was that not journalism? When I sat down with Adam Silver and Gary Bettman and Rob Manfred, was that not journalism? We come from a principled journalistic fourth estate place.
Whoa, oh my, man. That was some real
Well, I
anger.
guess Stephen A. was mad at Michael Wilbon. The article didn't indicate that.
No, he was actually upset. He said it, that he was upset with awful announcement, because that's who Michael Wilbon initially said said it to on their podcast. And he said that he thought that they had some, I think his word was slick, questioning for Wilbon, which led to these quotes that were being said.
Well,
that's why I said. That's why I said he seems to have a lot of respect for Wilbon, because it seemed like he went out of his way to explain like who he is, who his vitriol is for.
Well, I think trying to boil some of this down, it is a tricky one because.
Right.
What Stephen A. Smith said isn't wrong. His interviewing skills are still very good. He does make phone calls. He does have a pretty good insight into what's going on. So the question is really, in a lot of ways, is what does the viewer think? What does the person who likes to watch or listen to Stephen A. Smith think? Do they think that's journalism as they accept it? Or do they think really the only kind of journalism is when you're out there really cracking the beat and you're out there, down in the locker room, et cetera, because I have also done both, not to the level of Stephen A. or Michael Wilbon, but I find us, Tony, on this show as more of entertainment than I do hard journalism. Doesn't mean I can't ask a question or do an interview. Doesn't mean I don't talk to people. But I think people tune in mostly to be entertained, sometimes to be informed.
I agree. I think, and that's where it's a gray area, right? Because as I said, both men are probably correct from the old school sense, because we didn't have first takes and all of these different type of deals.
Yeah,
we didn't have that. So I mean, all we knew of journalism was the news, the newspaper, and the reporters that got the news and put it in the newspaper, right? That's kind of how it all worked. We didn't have any other, ways to consume it. Now, First Take is just one of many different ways you consume. And I think what happens is those type of shows kind of jump over the fence, if you will, right? It'll be entertainment in one segment. The very next segment can be some journalism. If you do get one of the commissioners on your show and you're asking them questions, poignant questions about, what's going to happen in the lockout, if there's a lockout, things of those nature. So yes, I think what it is now is there's this combination of both, and I think the line gets blurred because you have people that actually attempt to do both, and I think the viewer can't necessarily distinguish the two all of the time because they're so flooded with it. It's like I said, one segment it's newsy, next segment it's entertainment-y, and then they just go back and forth, and so it all blends at one point. And I don't know that us as viewers in real time are actually thinking about, is this news? Is this journalism I'm consuming here, or am I being entertained, or am I being both right now?
Gosh dang it. I have a question. I've forgotten to turn on my mic like 4 times today. Like someone like Pablo Torre, because now he's a podcaster, is he a journalist?
Right.
Well, I think he's more along those lines, but he still has to entertain people with the news he's
doing
presenting.
Both.
That's the thing now.
He's doing
Journalists
both.
can't be boring. They have to be entertaining.
Right.
If he just gave you a bunch of details, you tune him out pretty quick.
He can't have. There isn't an individual outlet where he could just give news and be as popular or entertaining as he is. And I don't think that Pablo is in it to be popular or whatever, but he's taking the steps by having his podcast and being a real journalist. He's going to have to also dance on the entertainment side too in order for people to get them to tune in to his podcast.
Like there's a guy, June Lee, who he does like in-depth reporting, and he's a podcaster / YouTuber, but I believe he's a journalist because he's going to ask the questions. He's on the ground. He's doing all of that stuff. The people that I cannot stand are the people who think they're journalists and then spread.
Give me an example.
I don't have one, to be honest.
What are you upset about this?
Chris Ello.
Chris Ello. Okay, I'll bring it up. There's a guy on Twitter named Dov Kleinman. Have you ever seen him before? All he does is repurpose people's content and uses it like it's his own. And he has a massive social media following, but he doesn't actually report anything, but he considers himself a journalist. And he also reports false things knowing that. That's not a journalist. But we do have a lot of people out there like that think they're journalists because they are aggregating the news for people.
So you're less interested, or I shouldn't say you're less interested. Your beef is with the people who are claiming to be journalists and aren't even doing any of the work.
I'm not a journalist. I am not. I'm a radio dude that talks about the Padres.
Radio dude.
I'm a radio dude that talks about the Padres. I am not an expert on these things, but I like to talk about them. But I would never claim that I was some journalist because I'm not.
I think Michael Wilbon speaking nothing but the truth here. However, I think it could have been handled differently. Now, when you're being asked a question, sometimes you answer it, and then things you say have a certain effect. But all he really needed to say was, "Hey, journalism or whatever passes for journalism is just different. It's evolved. It's totally changed, and there's no better example of that maybe than Stephen A. Smith." Because Stephen A. was a hardcore, story-breaking NBA writer before any of this. So he has evolved. Michael Wilbon was a big-time reporter for the Washington Post. He has evolved into an entertainer too. So
that's it, and that you know what I think. The way it was handled to me at least signals that Michael Wilbon holds that word journalist to a very, very high regard, and he ain't just about to let anybody, claim it. However, I don't know that he has a leg to stand on because he also has a show in which he is entertaining and not necessarily being a journalist. And he probably uses those skills, and it helps him be more entertaining when he's talking about the facts of a specific story. But he's doing the same thing in some ways. He just ain't doing it as on the scale that Stephen A. is.
How many times have you guys heard me mention when we're talking about reporting out there? We're talking about a story that's being broken by somewhere, somehow, on an internet or a web or a Twitter feed. And I will remind everybody, when I was at the LA Times, but it's true, we had to. Yeah, I know. All right. Just stop interrupting my point because it isn't that funny. I know there's times to be,
Tony's laughing. Tony's laughing.
Oh, goodness.
I laugh at everything. Leave me alone. Go.
All right. Well, I forgot my point, so never mind.
Come on.
No, I don't know. It's not going to sound or make sense now.
Back in the day.
Never mind.
I really am dying to hear it. Could you please tell us?
We had to get two sources to report a story. That is no longer the way it works. That's all.
I think that's important. I don't know why that's not required these days. I don't know why all of a sudden the source requirement went down.
I think they're just willing to risk it now.
I'm sorry for interrupting you, Chris.
And more importantly, Chris had bosses that were on his head if he didn't get two sources. Now, is that the case? Like, they clearly can get by without it, it feels like sometimes. Anyway, let's get to the other side. More Gwynn and Chris on the other side.
What are we doing, guys?
I'm going to see the museum for the first time ever. It's going to be sweet. See my dad's plaque. See where Trevor's plaque is going to be. It's going to be pretty dope.
Chris,
I'm going to go to the Hall of Fame for the second time because I went earlier today, but I'm going in to see Tony go into the Hall of Fame. So all the way straight at the back left.
Straight back left.
Straight on that back wall.
This one?
Yeah.
How you feeling, Tony?
I don't know how I'm feeling right now, honestly.
Excited?
I'm definitely excited. Hello, Eric. How you doing? Pretty good. Wow.
Just like I told you, next to the famous Barney Dreyfuss and Leslie Wilkinson, whoever they are.
That does look like them.
I know. It's a good shot. They don't do them all that great. That one's good. Really good.
I missed a year. 300. Must have been bad. Huh?
Are you a baseball player?
I used to be. Not anymore, though.
Oh, it's so cool. What team did you play on?
I can give you a long list of them. Brewers, Padres, Dodgers, Phillies, Nationals.
What position did you play?
I played outfield. This was my dad. Oh, there's Dick Williams, Goose. I think he'd be pretty happy with his company over there. So.
What are you thinking of seeing it for the first time?
I'm thinking
I'm hot. I'm quite warm right now, but it's cool. I mean, it's what I thought it was going to be. I mean, not too many people can say they have a dad that's enshrined in this place. So I think this is awesome.
What are we doing, guys?
I'm going to see the museum for the first time ever. It's going to be sweet. See my dad's plaque. See where Trevor's plaque is going to be. It's going to be pretty dope.
Chris,
I'm going to go to the Hall of Fame for the second time because I went earlier today, but I'm going in to see Tony go into the Hall of Fame. So all the way straight at the back left.
Straight back left.
Straight on that back wall.
This one?
Yeah.
How you feeling, Tony?
I don't know how I'm feeling right now, honestly.
Excited?
I'm definitely excited. Hello, Eric. How you doing? Pretty good. Wow.
Just like I told you, next to the famous Barney Dreyfuss and Leslie Wilkinson, whoever they are.
That does look like them.
I know. It's a good shot. They don't do them all that great. That one's good. Really good.
I missed a year. 300. Must have been bad. Huh?
Are you a baseball player?
I used to be. Not anymore, though.
Oh, it's so cool. What team did you play on?
I can give you a long list of them. Brewers, Padres, Dodgers, Phillies, Nationals.
What position did you play?
I played outfield. This was my dad. Oh, there's Dick Williams, Goose. I think he'd be pretty happy with his company over there. So
What are you thinking of seeing it for the first time?
I'm thinking
I'm
that
hot. I'm quite warm right now, but it's cool. I mean, it's what I thought it was going to be. I mean, not too many people can say they have a dad that's enshrined in this place. So I think this is awesome.
What are we doing, guys?
I'm going to see the museum for the first time ever. It's going to be sweet.
A couple of good comments from the chat about our chat having to do with who is a journalist and who isn't. And I think everybody, honestly, I don't know if we actually answered that question, but I think the bottom line question is, yeah, we're all journalists. It's just a different definition of what it is, I think, than what it used to be. And, I get what Michael Wilbon is saying, but I also get Stephen A's response. 3:01 is the time. Chris Ello, journalist. Tony Gwynn Jr., journalist. Matt Skraby,
Dude
Yeah,
on the radio.
You said you're a dude. Yeah,
Dude on the radio.
97, someone put
Radio.
97.3 The Fan, home of Dude on the Radio.
Yeah, so you make up your own mind about Skraby over there. We're in the Bill House Studios. I know that. We know how. And we're heading into hour number 2. Coming up tonight, obviously, Padres, Arizona Diamondbacks. The Diamondbacks lead the season series also 5-4. I mentioned that because, obviously, a win tonight makes it 5-5 if the Padres win. And the season series winner will have a tiebreaker if they end up tied at the end of the year. So it's something to keep in mind. It does seem to make this game a little more important. It's one of those 2-game swings, as they like to say. Either Arizona goes 3 ahead or the Padres get back within 1. And you have to face another pitcher like you did last night, Tony, in terms of the young guy going for Arizona here, who is not a household name, Cole Drake. So
from what I gather, this guy is a little bit better than the guy last night. So
no, that's not good
we'll
to
see.
hear. He better not pitch better than the guy did last night.
A little bit better, and that's the thing is I don't know if the guy last night is a real guy, or did he end up looking a little better than he should. Either way, the other thing about winning the game tonight is the Padres in the season against the Diamondbacks.
That's right. The last 3 games are here against Arizona. Yeah.
You don't. If indeed it does boil down to tiebreak, you don't want to have to sweep the last series in order to do that, because you lose this, you're down 2, and you would need all 3 in that last series,
right?
In the series season finale. So they want to get this win today for sure, and hopefully Walker can get off to a good start. And
is there any way that we can just send Tim Tawa on vacation?
Oh my goodness, this guy is the new Charlie Blackmon.
Every time, this guy. He's got 3 home runs and 6 that he's hit all year.
I know. He's got 3 home runs against the Padres, and he has like 9 RBIs against the Padres this year at all. Like, that's crazy. I hate that.
It's crazy when his season total is like 12 RBIs. Yeah, that is definitely crazy. So try to keep him in check tonight. Casey Mize, there'll be better days. For sure. Tonight, go ahead. Sure. Yeah, tonight and tomorrow night, by the way, Robbie Ray makes his Padre debut here against the Astros. Reminds me to remind you to get tickets for the weekend series.
Yes. Jordan Alvarez, I think.
Jordan will be here.
You gotta show the shirt, Chris.
I'm trying.
It's the superhero shirt.
I know.
That was the lamest way to show a shirt.
What do you think I am, Diana? Whatever's her name for The Price is Right.
I was like, what is that?
I'm not a
Vanna White.
Diana, whatever. I'm
it's
not
the Adventures of El Nino and Merrill Madness.
Well, that's for Monday night against the Brew Crew. Oh. So.
Well, why did you hold up the shirt for the weekend?
Because I was going to do it all.
Slide it over. You got to slide it over.
Hold on, I moved the microphone, and Tony will get the full thing. Here we go.
There it is.
There we go.
It actually is pretty cool. I don't know if they have my size because I never fit into these giveaways. But
by the way, Tony is an expert at this because he has to do it on TV with Orsillo all the time. So I should have had him do it. He's good at this stuff. Padres
I don't think Tony gets as much joy as Mud does out of doing the giveaway.
God. Mud is like a
Tony's like, you can go back to the game now. Yeah. Yeah, Mud will talk about the T-shirt for 3 innings if they let him. Padres Astros tomorrow night. I will mention the game tomorrow night. You got the Gallagher Square Beer Fest, $5 craft beers before the game tomorrow night. Saturday is interesting, 4:15 start time, and we should also tell you Sunday is the Sunday night game, 5:20. So they schedule this weekend. Be alert for the game times, and then the Brew Crew comes in Monday with the T-shirt giveaway to the first 40,000 fans. Enough with all that, guys. It's the Hall of Fame football game. Whether I think I like it or not, you guys were poking fun at me earlier. I do like it just because I want to see an NFL game. But after the first 3 plays, Tony, I'm done with it.
I get it.
Okay.
I get it. It ain't worth it after the first 3 plays.
Yeah, okay. I want to see the uniforms. I want to see how everybody looks.
Do you remember, like, maybe, I don't know, I worked at the other radio station, so it was a long time ago, but there was a Hall of Fame game scheduled, and the grounds crew used the wrong paint on the field, and they had to cancel the game because the paint was dangerous.
They didn't have any problem canceling it either.
No, but everybody flew there, and they do the warm-ups, and they're like, this paint's not dry.
You know how I like to tell you guys stuff that happened in the old days that you're going to be shocked by? I think this is one that may surprise you. Before the Hall of Fame game, there used to be a game, at least for 12, 15 years, I'd have to look it up to be official. The game was played every year in Chicago at Soldier Field or wherever they play. I think it was Soldier Field. And it would be between the defending Super Bowl champion and the college football all-star team.
Oh, wow.
That game existed, and now that I'm thought of it, I'm going to look it up because I know the Dolphins, after their undefeated 72, they played in the game. The Packers, Lombardi used to bring his team in and play this game against college kids, and it ended. The reason I thought of it is because you said about the field. It ended one night, I think it was Pittsburgh, after one of their Super Bowls. There was so much fog in Soldier Field that nobody could see the field or the game, so they stopped the game, and then they went, you know what, we really don't need this game.
Oh,
and it went away.
Probably shouldn't be having these college kids play against these grown men right now.
Yeah.
That's kind of sweet, though.
But it was the all-star team.
Yeah.
I mean, you think about it, it was probably, I would imagine not.
I guess they would soon be there, yeah. Huh?
And you also wonder, like, how many college kids would have turned down that opportunity, to go up against the Steelers or the Packers or something?
Back then, that would be everything to those guys. Speaking of fog, I saw I have no idea who it was, but it was an old video of a baseball game. And to determine whether or not they were going to play the game, someone threw a ball up in the air and hit it into the outfield to see if they could field it okay. And they determined after he did that that it was not okay and they did not go through with the game. But I cannot remember. Like, what would happen now? Would they have someone throw a ball in the air and hit it? And see, that's crazy to me. I love the old times when they just kind of make up things on the fly.
The last college football all-star game, sorry guys, Pittsburgh Steelers 24, college all-stars nothing. It was in the 1976 preseason. The game I'm talking about, there was a game also canceled by a strike in 1974. But the game I just mentioned, the 24-0 game was canceled with the fog in the third quarter, and that was the last time it was ever played.
Dang.
The Green Bay Packers, after winning the National Football League title, we're talking Vince Lombardi, 1962. Sorry, I'm going way back. They beat the New York Giants. Next year, lost to the College All-Stars, 20-17.
That's crazy.
So there you go. Yeah, College All-Stars actually won a couple of these things.
See, we could finally prove. Everybody's always like, Alabama could beat the worst team in the NFL.
I don't know about that, but
That's not Alabama. This is an all-star team of everybody.
true.
from the
yeah,
whole
but you're
entire
you're a
country.
little surprised to know that this existed. Like it was a little different world out there, obviously. So.
Definitely. Can
Strange.
you imagine if they asked players to do that today?
I
I'd be
did-
like, what's my NIL contract say?
Yeah, I don't even think you could do it now, right? Yeah, for sure.
I checked. We don't get to see Miz, which is great.
Oh, good. No Mizorowski when the Brewers come to town.
He pitches Sunday, so
Oh,
good riddance.
Oh,
I will. Hallelujah.
I
Hallelujah.
was hoping to see the Miz.
Like,
Come on.
we
did
can
we
wait.
get something like this?
We can do that another year. We'll see the Miz next year. We don't need to see him now, or in the playoffs. We can see him there too.
Yeah, that guy, I don't want anything to do with the rest of this season.
Larry Zonka was once the.
He's still on this.
I know
Tony.
he was once MVP of that game when he played for the College All Stars.
Tony, do you realize what just happened?
I know you guys opened
At
a big
420,
can of
we're
worms.
going to go through some history lesson of Larry Zonka.
No, we're not. That's
good.
it for Zonka.
Well,
Good.
Just so you guys know, I'm aware we got about a minute before we got to get up off of here.
Yeah, we got 2 minutes actually. We got
Okay,
2 minutes, but yeah, Tony's going to be taking off after this segment so he can get ready for the game. Tomorrow, I don't know our Friday guest, but we will have one. They're back home. Robbie Ray's going to be debuting in the new City Connect uniforms, which I really like.
Tony,
Really,
take
really
us
like.
through, just for the fans, maybe I've even asked you before, but a reprise. Take us through your evening tonight after the ball game ends. I think fans would be curious to know kind of how it all goes for all of you. Game ends at, say, 9:30 tonight, 3 hour, 2 hour, 45-minute game, 9:30. So take me from there, getting back home.
Let's say game is 9:30. First bus. Sometimes the one of the buses leaves about 15 minutes before the other two buses do.
Okay.
But it just depends on the airport that we're going to. If I'm not mistaken, we do that here in Arizona. So
It's pretty
let's say
close there, yes. The ballpark's
it's
very
about-
close to the airport, Phoenix.
Yeah, 15, maybe a little less. But 9:30 game, 10:30 bus.
So you get an hour after the game, and the players get the same hour to shower and do their interviews and whatnot.
Players will get that extra 15
Okay.
that I was talking about, and so them and the coaching staff will leave 15 minutes after us. And then sometimes, I don't know, sometimes we get on that tarmac and it's a pretty normal thing, and sometimes we are on the tarmac just chilling for long periods of time. There's really no
Rhyme or reason.
true answer. Right. No,
Yeah.
there isn't. Like, we joke often that even if the itinerary says we're going to get home at 8:30, you add another hour, it's going to be 9:30 most likely.
I don't doubt it.
But tonight it's one of these, I'm trying to think of a nice way to say this.
Say it the mean way. What the hell?
It's one of those wear it games where it's a 6:40 travel day.
yeah,
and
that's rough.
no off day. We'll get home pretty late and then go from there.
Thanks, Diamondbacks.
What time
I
does
feel
what
like
time do you have
all
your
of- all
personal
of-
what time do you have your personal
gotta go.
helicopter meet you down at Lindbergh Field to whisk you back home?
No, that's Manny. We
Oh,
all
that's
know
Manny.
that.
Yeah, it's an interesting thing. All right, we're taking a break. More
My
Gwynn and Chris.
goodness.
I'm sorry. All right, so here's what happened. I was at the corner, and I'm going to call out the streets because who cares? It was Claremont Mesa Drive and Ruffin Road, which is pretty close to our radio station here.
Yeah.
I had to run over and pick up a little cash from the bank. That was simple, trip before I came into work. And I'm on Ruffin Road, coming up to Claremont Mesa Boulevard.
Ruffin Road can be a little rough sometimes.
Well, they could pave that. It wouldn't hurt. Yeah, it wouldn't hurt. They can't call it paved road. I know that.
Wait, your issue isn't the potholes in the road?
No, that was I'm used to that. So we come up on Claremont Mesa, and we're at the stoplight. I'm in the left-hand turn lane to turn left on Claremont Mesa. I'm the third car back. And there's 2 left turn lanes. There's 3 cars in line here. And then the going straight is also red. And that is backed up, each of the lanes. So that I've got cars on my right. I've got cars on my left. I got 2 in front of me. I got people behind me. No big deal. Light cycles through. And our turn doesn't come.
Oh, no.
So the cross traffic gets to go again. And then the people coming across in our direction, they get to go again. And then for a second time, they skip our turn. Well, that's what I thought. So now...
Actually, you're not going anywhere. You're stuck.
Right, you're stuck.
You're not going anywhere.
And my first thought, of course, as a good scout or, athlete, is to look around. Is there any way out? Can I back up? Can I, I'll do anything. But there is nowhere for me to go.
No.
It happens a third time.
Whoa.
And I'm pretty clear at this point, this light's broken. And I'm starting to think, how are we going to get out of this? Am I going to have to call, the police to come and fix it? No one's going to know it's broken.
911 emergency response.
Yeah.
Where's your emergency? Ruffin Road in Claremont. The light is stuck.
The light is stuck. And so this is 5 minutes probably, but you can imagine 5 minutes.
No,
that's a long time, right?
Time.
Well, when it comes to the 4th time, I finally start just leaning on my horn.
Oh.
I'm trying to get...
What are the people in front of you going to do?
Well, because there was a moment, right, after the traffic comes this way, it paused.
You want them to run the light.
You could at least, a couple people could run the light. We could get this going here.
You want them to run the light.
I did.
Break the law.
Well, they had to. Otherwise, we'd still be there. Anyway, so this is going on. So I'm starting leaning on my horn. The lady next to me looks at me like, what the hell are you doing?
Good for her. Good for her.
And good for her.
Kidding.
I'm like,
I'm just
ma'am,
kidding.
are you just clueless? Were you going to sit here the rest of your life?
She has faith that the light's going to turn eventually.
Evidently so. If it had gone again, the guy next to me on this side rolled down his passenger window. That starts to go down. I think he's going to be mad. And he's like, what? And I'm like, I'm pretty sure the light's broken. Like, how do you not know this? We've all been sitting here for 6-7 minutes now. The 2 cars at the very front of the left turn lane are not budging. So they apparently are content to sit there for as long as it need be.
They also have faith that the light is going to turn.
But I have no faith.
What gives them that faith?
Yeah, but what gave them the faith? I mean, it had cycled through 4 times now. The 5th time, I was going to just have to get out of my car and walk up to that and go, will you please do something? Or get, and if you don't, and I would have,
something.
You know what I would have said? If you don't want to run the light, just get out of my way so I can run the light. I'm not sitting here the rest of the day. And finally, on the 5th time, the first 2 people ran the light, and the next person was able to get you know what I mean? And after a couple more cycles through, I got out of there. But I don't know.
Did the light ever start working?
I don't know. If you're at Claremont Mesa Ruffin Road, you might still be there. I don't know. This was 45 minutes ago or so.
Wow.
So my question to you is, how differently would you have handled this than I did? And I'll start with you, Tony. Would there have been any difference, or do you know?
I don't know if I would have laid on my horn.
You would have just never laid on it.
I think I might have maybe rolled down the window, see if I could talk to somebody, see what else.
See if anybody else was in on it?
I don't think I would have laid on my horn because, listen, what you're asking is for them to, which may not be easy for everybody, and that is the timing between when because they're waiting for their light to turn.
Yes,
right?
they were waiting for
the light's not going to turn. But that also then requires them to guess the exact kind of when the timing of when they can go. And
do you know what? Figure it out.
I think a lot of people wouldn't be comfortable with
running the light,
with
even
running the
under
light.
these circumstances. Well, I think
not when there's other cars that could actually hit them.
Okay, I think you are right. And the reason I think you're right is because of the 40 to 50 cars that were now piled up in my area behind me and around me. I was the only one honking.
Right, and then
nobody else thought to do this. All right, so here's what happened. I was at the corner, and I'm going to call out the streets because who cares? It was Claremont Mesa Drive and Ruffin Road, which is pretty close to our radio station here.
Yep.
I had to run over and pick up a little cash from the bank. That was simple, trip before I came into work. And I'm on Ruffin Road, coming up to Claremont Mesa Boulevard.
Ruffin Road can be a little rough sometimes.
Well, they could pave that. It wouldn't hurt. Yeah, it wouldn't hurt if they should. 3:18 is the time. Crisello, Tony Gwynn Jr. in Arizona. But heading home tonight, you can look for his helicopter flying overhead around 3:15 this morning.
Let's hope it's not that late for him.
Well, let's see. Oh, no, you're right. It's very close.
I was going to say, man, that
if they
would be a
leave,
rough day.
if they leave Phoenix at, let's say 11:30 at the latest, they'd get here by 12:30. So, all right, we have a daily gambit to get to. We have some games coming up tonight, including our first football game, such as it is, of the season.
The real quick. Also, they have to wait on the tarmac to get all of the equipment unloaded. So
that does take
extra
time.
Extra time.
I have been known, although there's so many people that help, because I remember the
fast.
Aztec games football. It went usually pretty quick.
Yeah, get the players out there.
Well, I don't know if the players will do it, but I sometimes I would grab a bag or two because I just want to get the heck home at that point, you know?
All right.
So, okay, let's do some gambit and see what's coming up tonight.
Gwynn and Chris, the Daily Gambit is our sports betting segment here on Gwynn and Chris. Please, everybody, gamble responsibly. Last night, Padres minus 1.5 on the run line. We both went Padres. We were both wrong. Diamondbacks won 10-4.
Padres, made it interesting for a half a second there in the ninth inning.
I was like, you know what's going to happen? They're gonna make some sort of run in the ninth inning.
Yeah,
and
they
it
did.
happened.
Yeah, they did.
The total score over under 8.5 runs. We both went under. It was over 14. Now, if it would have just ended 8-0, that would have been great for us. Casey Mize over under 5 2/3 innings pitched. You went over. I went under. He had 3 1/3.
Not a great night.
No. Paul Skeens over under 8 strikeouts. You went over. I went under. He had 6. Paul Skeens is not the same guy.
ERA over 5 since the beginning of May, which is really
They
weird.
claim that he's healthy, but there's something up. He's just not.
Doesn't it sound like a trip to the IL here shortly? But they can't afford it because the Pirates are still
They're
in the
playoff.
hunt.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
Corbin Carroll over under 1.5 runs plus hits plus RBIs. You went over. I went under. He had 5. He had 2 runs, 2 hits, and an RBI.
Yeah, after not having a hit for like a month.
Yeah, great. In his
I know.
little
And I took the blame. I said I would jinx it, and I did. As unfortunately,
Atlanta Dream minus 6.5. What in the world is happening on TV? Luis Ariz, I'm sorry. He comes trying to score, and he starts dancing around the plate. It was the weirdest thing. Atlanta Dream minus 6.5 against the Phoenix Mercury.
Luis Ariz is making it happen for the
He
Phillies,
really
though.
is. Phoenix, you picked. I picked Atlanta. The Dream won by 14, 96-82. And then I forgot to look up Kelsey Plummer, Angel Reese.
Kelsey with 19 points. I believe Angel Reese had 14. So a win for Kelsey there. I was 1-6, so that's all I know. Let's see if we can do better tonight, Skraby, with the Padres again for the 4th straight game, favored in Arizona by 1.5, and I trust in our guy Walker Buehler because He loves me now. Well, not be by overstating it, but he was happy with the way
He said, I respect that maneuver.
he respected me, and it was pretty exciting for me to hear him say that.
Number one, are we surprised that the Padres have been favored in all 4 of these games?
Yes, I totally am. Especially it maybe the last couple because you got young pitchers for Arizona, but the game that Rodriguez pitched, I thought Arizona would be favored for sure.
Favorite. Yeah, I'm gonna go Padres though because I need them. We need them.
They
to
need
win.
this game. Yeah, we can't mess around. 9 runs. Now they have blown past that the last 2 nights, which is surprising to me. But
I'm gonna say
it's
another hit
3 nights in a row.
Yeah, I think it's another hit fest.
Over. I'm just going to say the odds are that they got to get under one of these games. I'll say tonight's the night on that. All right, here's something I wanted to talk about. The Red Sox are playing the White Sox tonight. Now, the White Sox are a big story. They're in first place. It's incredible. But what the Red Sox are doing is even more incredible. I remember the 84 Tigers, who would eventually beat the Padres in the World Series, started the season 35-5. Never thought I'd see anything like that ever over that long of a stretch.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Well, guess what? The Red Sox are 30-5 in their last 35 games. That is a hot streak, people. They're only a game behind the Yankees for second place.
You know what's going to be crazy is when they just completely fall apart in the last month.
Well, we'll laugh at that, but for now, it's impressive. They're favored. The Red Sox, because of that, are favored over the White Sox tonight. It is the debut for Luis Castillo for Chicago. The Red Sox are just on too big of a roll. I got to go with them again.
I'm going to take
at Fenway.
Luis Castillo was just traded. He's going to have a couple starts.
Yeah, because all guys who make their
Sox.
first start for a new team pitch great, don't they?
Yep, every one of them.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Red Sox.
Your memory's not very good because the one who made his debut last night for the Padres.
I'm aware.
Oh, okay.
I was trying to move past it.
Christopher Sanchez is in action, but we can still get this in. 8 strikeouts over-under against the Nats tonight for the excellent Sanchez.
8 Ks.
8 Ks.
I'm going to go over. He's great.
Over. Nationals swing and miss a lot. The Nationals, are they still losing? Or no, they snuck a win last night, broke their streak, but they pretty much have gone from in it to out of it very quickly.
Yeah.
Sanchez goes over, yes. Back to Walker Buehler, sorry. Buehler is favored by 1.5 outs over Cole Drake of Arizona.
So
Buehler needs to retire 2 more
outs.
outs. Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Buehler needs to, if he goes 6 innings, then Drake would have to go 5 1/3 for Buehler to win. Again, I trust in Walker Buehler. I don't even know who Cole Drake is, frankly. And you would think I would know all National League guys, but I don't know him.
Scares me.
Yeah.
I'll go over as well. I've been reading a lot.
Over means you're taking Buehler?
Yeah, I've been reading a lot about Walker Buehler and how he has really, really accepted what kind of pitcher he is at this point in his career, and I think that's really important for someone.
All right, Hall of Fame game. I think it's ridiculous if you're going to bet the spread. You don't even know who's playing in the game. So if I was, if you had to make a wager, and I don't recommend it, the over-under at least is something. It's only 34.5 points for both teams. I will tell you that the Hall of Fame game has gone over that total 4 straight years, and in 2 of those years, the game was shortened because of lightning. Now, that also might be why you want to bet under, because there's bad weather in the neighborhood you were looking up already.
Is why you don't bet on the Hall of Fame game, actual money.
The Hall of Fame game has been called because of lightning 3 times here in the last, I'm going to say 10, 15 years, and 1 year it was canceled altogether because of weather.
And then paint issues canceled that one too.
So last year the Chargers beat the Lions 34-7. I don't remember a whole lot about that, but
I'm going to go over.
You're going to go over anyway.
Yep.
All right, I'm going to say that it's Carolina 34, Cardinals nothing, and then lightning comes and they call the game. So I'll say under.
It might happen.
I'll say under. All right, we got a good one in the WNBA tonight. If you're a NBA fan, maybe you can actually focus on the players. Las Vegas at Indy. So that gives you Asia Wilson against Caitlin Clark and many other star players. Indy's favored by 1.5. Indy's been playing great, but I think Las Vegas rises up on the road tonight.
I agree. Vegas.
All right, going with them. We also have Asia Wilson, 6 points over Caitlin Clark. You're up there.
I'm going to go with Asia Wilson.
Asia's just all that. She won it 4 times MVP. Yeah, I think Asia's the answer here.
Very good. And she's a vet. She knows what she's doing.
You know, I broadcast one of her first college games when she was a freshman. We played at South Carolina. She came into the game, and by the time she came in, they were already like 40 points ahead. And she made it even worse for the Aztecs. Caitlin Clark, 9 assists. That's a lot. Over, under. This is something that should be appreciated more. Have you seen some of her passing?
Yeah,
no-look stuff, behind the back. She's very, very talented when it comes to passing the ball.
Tim Haggerty, when we had him on, he's the Fever play-by-play voice.
He talked about that, yeah.
He said that she's like, she was called something along the lines of Pistol Pete when she was younger.
Yeah, that's high praise, but she sometimes lives up to it. She can make some great plays. So having said that, I'll say over. 9 assists. That's a lot, though.
I'll be the contrarian and go under. Go under.
All righty. We're taking a break. We're at the bottom of the hour. Or we missed it? Skraby, I don't want to get Adam upset. Then we have to talk for 5 more minutes.
We're going to break right now.
Do it.
Ben and Woods on the Fan.
I got to say one thing as we return here at 3:35. Crisello, Skraby, Bill House Studios. We know how Padre baseball. 2 hours from Sam Levitt's pregame. And all guests on the program, join us on the SDCCU fan hotline. It's not big bank banking. It's better. Mark Rogandino, San Diego guy, Southern California guy, but also San Diego guy. MLS on Apple TV is going to talk with us in a moment. But what I wanted to get to real quick before we go soccer, I have picked a really bad year to dislike Pete Crow Armstrong because he does something every game that is good for him and bad for me rooting against him.
You may say he's doing something MVP worthy.
Yes, he's right there with Ohtani, and a lot of people say he's jumped ahead of Ohtani for the MVP. And so the Cubs tie the game against Toronto today as Bregman hits a 2-out, 2-run homer in the bottom of the ninth. That denied Dylan Cease a win because Cease went 7 shutties, struck out 11, and then
be such a bad feeling.
Yeah, and then the reliever coughed it up. So they go to the bottom of the 11th. They're still tied. There's the winning runs on second, and PCA's at bat, and I'm like, don't let him get a hit and win the game. You know, I don't want to watch him. Well, he gets a hit, but they throw the runner out at the plate. So I'm thinking, oh, good, PCA's not the hero.
Yeah.
Well, yes, he was, because what he did was smart. He went to second on the throw home, just in case. That's good hustle. I know a lot of players actually wouldn't do that. They'd stand at first and spectate. PCA
and thrust.
Right? Yeah, right. PCA went to second. First pitch, he steals third. The throw goes down the line. He trots in with the winning run, and it's another PCA celebration.
It is.
It's just been all
one.
year.
It's like,
yeah.
give me the praise.
Yeah.
Are you not entertained?
I am. Yeah. What is that from?
Gladiator.
Yeah. Well,
that's one of my favorite movies.
Okay, it's perfect for PCA. So, I mean, I can dislike him all I want, Skraby, but he continues to come through for the Cubs.
He does.
On we go to tonight. And not only we have the Hall of Fame football in a little while, but tonight the SDFC is in action in the 2026 Leagues Cup. And we're going to talk about that with Mark Rogandino here shortly. Now, I didn't know a whole lot about the Leagues Cup, but this is a tournament, 6th year of it, where teams from the MLS, 18 of them, compete with 18 teams from Liga Mexico. And the tournament just got underway. It's going to run through September 6th. Tonight, SDFC plays America.
Wait, what?
Yeah, that's the name of the team. It's not. Yeah, right. The game will be in Mexico City at Estadio Banorte. If I'm pronouncing that right, thank goodness
Sounds
for me.
good.
7:00 on Apple TV. And here's Mark Rogandino. How are you, sir? Great to catch up with you again.
Chris Ello, longtime friend. How you doing, my friend?
Awesome, man.
It's been quite a while, but us San Diego media people need to stick together.
Wait. Hold on.
What?
You guys know each other?
Yeah.
I had
so just
no
sit
idea.
over there and just don't worry about it.
I had no idea. This is great.
Don't worry about it, Skrabe.
Matt, please try and keep up.
Yeah, exactly. He is shocked anytime that anyone else knows me. He thinks my entire existence is in this studio, and that's all I get.
To me it is anyway.
Mark, tell the Leagues Cup. Is this Seattle won it last year. I'm doing a little research, otherwise I wouldn't know all this. But is it a deal here? It's in its 6th year, so I imagine it's catching quite a hold.
It's actually really entertaining. And the format has changed over the course of the years. This is actually theoretically, yes, 6 years, but this is really the 4th year running of it that it's included.
Okay.
All 18 of the Liga MX teams. So you have all the teams from top division in Mexico. And they square off against 18 of the teams from MLS. When it first really got going a couple of years ago, all the MLS teams were in, and so you basically slotted a Liga MX team in a group with 2 or 3 other MLS teams, and you kind of dwindled down the groups. But it's a World Cup style competition, right, where you have knockout rounds, you have group rounds to start, and then you kind of knock out and dwindle down till you eventually have a final. And yes, last year it was Seattle who got it through all the way to the end, and in fact they beat Leo Messi and Inter Miami in the final 3-0. And so now the way they've done it now though is you have 18 MLS and 18 Liga MX teams, and this is the first time ever though that we're having games down in Mexico. And so last night. I was on the call for Seattle, actually absolutely getting it handed to themselves against Toluca, the reigning champions in Mexico right now. And tonight, this will be the second one, and you said it correct, Estadio Banorte. It's actually the famed Estadio Azteca, but as sponsorship dollars go,
there we go.
See, we got in the World Cup, we got Estadio Azteca because you're not allowed to call it Estadio,
right?
Whatever you're.
Yes, in the World Cup, we were playing games at the stadium. You couldn't even name it.
Mexico City Stadium.
Yeah,
in the World Cup,
exactly.
Yeah, somewhere Gianni Infantino wants to find me for mispronouncing it.
Mark, it's funny that you mentioned, not funny, but you mentioned Toluca beating Seattle last night. That is the team that ousted SDFC, right? In the earlier tournament was the CONCACAF. Didn't we go down there and they wiped us out? I think it was 4-0. And Toluca, so they're all that. That's not surprising to hear.
The Diablos Rojos, the Red Devils of Toluca, are probably the most in form and on fire team in the last year and a half in Mexico, and so they won. Mexico separates their season into the Apertura, the first part of the season, and then the Clausura, the second half of the season, and they won both of those. Usually you get a winner of one, and then another team wins the second part, and they kind of battle off later in the end of the year to determine who's really the kings of Mexico, but Toluca won both, and you are correct, Chris. They won in the round of 16 in the CONCACAF Champions Cup, which, again, for some people this is confusing, but CONCACAF Champions Cup is a wider spread net where you include teams from other regions in CONCACAF, say Costa Rica, Guatemala, El Salvador, Canada, Mexico, and the U.S.
And I hate to say it, but, I mean, I'm going back to that Toluca match one last time here because heading into that, SDFC had beaten them in the first round here in San Diego, but it was one of those where you play the two game and you add up the score in both games. And then we went up to the altitude and Toluca won. But SDFC, frankly, has not been the same since that game. I mean, going back to MLS play, they've only won 2 games since then, Mark.
Yeah,
I just wonder, are they ever showing signs of getting out of this? It's been a weird year for SDFC in the sense that they have not been able to find the magic touch.
And you're not wrong in the sense that they shot out of a cannon in year one, right? And I think exceeded all expectations. And so consequently, because they went and won the West, and even though they didn't, they got to the conference final, eventually losing to Vancouver, who was the representative from the West in MLS Cup, they did so well in that opening year of 2025 that I think a lot of people expect you to duplicate that type of performance, and that just doesn't happen when you have some new faces come in, you have some guys go out. We all have probably read the news with Chucky Lozano, and he at the end of last year he was not a part of San Diego FC's plans. He was never going to be part of their plans in 2026, and now he's looking to move up the 405 to the LA Galaxy. So I think that to answer your question in a roundabout way, I think this is going to be an opportunity for Mikey Veras and San Diego FC to flip the script a little bit here. And maybe this could be a jumping off point where if they have some success here, it gives them not only some confidence, but it gives Mikey a couple of keys as to, I like this guy in this role here, and I like this guy in this role here. And maybe this guy who had been a starter last year, say like Anibal Godoy, the Panamanian midfielder, maybe he's now a guy who comes off the bench and plays the final 30 minutes to lock down a victory. And it could be a jumping off point for them if things go well, where you're looking at them to not only do well in this competition. That doesn't even mean winning it all, but maybe it means qualifying into the knockout stage, but then giving them some confidence and elevating their level of play to maybe have some success, move up the West table and make a run at a playoff spot. Because as he told us earlier in the week, that is always one of the goals, not just to win competitions, but always to make sure that they're going to be a playoff team year in and year out in MLS.
Talking to Mark Rogandino here on 97.3 The Fan, the SDCCU fan hotline. It's not big bank banking, it's better. He's the MLS on Apple TV. And I'll just ask straight up, is this roster good enough? or did last year spoil us into thinking that this was the team that was going to take San Diego to a championship? Have they done a good enough job building the roster?
I think it is a good enough roster, and you know, yes, they were really good last year, but case in point would be like Marcus Ingvartsen, right? He was the guy who only made 8 appearances a year ago because he had 2 different injuries that kept him out of the lineup. But the guy's proven to be really good this year. I mean, he's been one of the top 10 strikers in MLS. I think he's got 11 goals, 4 assists. So he's got 15 goal contributions. And Anders Dry, I mean, the guy is great. He's not having the type of year he had last year, but I think some teams have figured out, hey, we can't let him in these spots, otherwise he's going to kill you. And so I think that they made some moves. They've brought in a couple of new players. They've tried to really, I think, shore up a couple of things defensively. So I think the roster is plenty. Does that mean, they're going to win League Cup or they're going to win MLS Cup? No, but I do think that they can be a top 6 team in the West.
Mark Rogandino, MLS on Apple TV. The game tonight, 7 p.m. for you soccer fans, as SDFC takes on America in the Leagues Cup. By the way, America's record in Liga Mexico play is 2-0-1. I'm seeing they're at the top of the table, tied there right with Toluca. So we'll have a challenge on our hands certainly tonight. Mark, answer for the Americanized fan how it's best to couch these mid-season tournaments. Like, it's weird to all of us who don't follow soccer, as in depth, that you play in your MLS season. We understood that you stopped for the World Cup. We got that. But now you're stopping for another month to play the Leagues Cup. So how do we couch that as fans?
Well, it's a little over 2 weeks for this first phase of Leagues Cup.
Okay.
So you're breaking for about 16, 17 days, and then they're going to go right back into their regular MLS regular season schedule. And so what will happen is of the 18 Liga MX teams and the 18 MLS teams, only the top 4 from each of those categories will then qualify into the knockout stage so you'll basically turn it into the quarterfinals with 4 and 4, and then you'll have, in every fixture, you'll have a Mexican team against an MLS team. So it's another way that you're writing and scripting a chapter in the book of Mexico versus the U.S., whether we're talking about El Tri, the national team, against the U.S. men's national team, or even on the women's side. When you script those books, because it's become a good heated rivalry. It's one of the best rivalries in CONCACAF, and you can argue worldwide. It's a top 10 rivalry. Given the fact that the U.S. has caught up and we're not just getting destroyed as we were, say, 35 plus years ago by Mexico on a regular basis. So, but to describe it to fans, it is a little odd that you break for 2 weeks to have this competition, and then it will continue on throughout August with the knockout stages. But the fact of the matter is there's a lot on the line. You get an immediate spot in the CONCACAF Champions Cup, the tournament you were referring to against Toluca. You get a spot by winning this year to get into that competition. And that competition, if you go all the way and win that competition, then qualifies you for the FIFA Club World Cup, where the winners of every region, so the best team in Europe, say Chelsea from London, the best team in the African Cup of Nations, the best team in Asia, the best team in CONCACAF, the region that we are in, they all go into a tournament and play each other in a knockout-style competition to determine who's the best club team in the world. And you've had teams like Real Madrid, Brazilian teams like Internacional win those types of competitions. So big-name players and big-name clubs go to that competition. And MLS has never had the opportunity to not only win that competition, but very few MLS teams have even participated, Seattle being the last.
Yeah, right. Mark Rogandino, that is one thing you're right about. These kind of competitions do give us a little, a little test to kind of see where we are against the rest of the world. And that the Leagues Cup, it's kind of how we match up against Mexico. Got a couple of minutes left, Mark, but this Chucky Lozano story is it's coming to pass here. Galaxy are finalizing the deal to bring him up to the LA Galaxy. He's going to be a designated player, which means basically SDFC has to give permission for this and pay a little portion of his salary. But this, I guess, does this end the saga with Lozano here in San Diego? Because it's been quite the ongoing story.
It has been an ongoing story, Chris, and I think that for all intents and purposes, it's been over. San Diego made it very San Diego made it very clear, probably back in, I think, September of last year, that he was not in their plans. And it wasn't necessarily what he did on the field. I think it was maybe more off the field, and probably him making some demands and them making some demands on him, that they just decided this is not going to work out. But he was locked into the designated player contract, which is one of the bigger contracts on the books in Major League Soccer.
Yeah.
Clubs can only do a certain amount of those. And so now he's going to go on loan. So yes, San Diego will be responsible for part of the salary. But then what will happen is, after the season, the LA Galaxy will have the opportunity to activate the purchase option, and then they'll have to work out the details of how much that means. He gets paid from the Galaxy. So it's really his chance to show his side of the story, if you ask me, to show, hey, it didn't work out with San Diego FC, but I've got a lot left in the tank,
right,
and here's what I'm going to do. And if I can cause some damage and help the Galaxy, a team that really, kind of like San Diego right now, they're a team that needs to climb out of the bottom of the Western Conference table and find themselves into a playoff spot. So there's a pressure on him too, and to see if he can perform, or it could be San Diego FC at the end of the day saying, see, we knew it. You're not only not our guy, but you're not their guy either.
You're not worth it. I mean, honestly, to me, it's like we're loaning them a headache. And I don't know what happened behind the scenes, but just the way San Diego has talked and dealt with the whole Chucky Lozano thing, it's something they just wanted to go away. So at least he himself will be going away. And you're right. We'll see how he does with the Galaxy. Mark, always fun. Thanks, man. Have fun down there in Mexico City. And we appreciate your helping us out.
Before I let you go, I just want you to rattle off one. When I came on, you said America, but I want you to say it's Club America. It's Club America.
Oh, you gotta say it, Chris.
Club America?
Yeah, there you go. Nice job.
How about that effort from Cristobal?
Oh, wow. We're really getting into it now.
All right. That's the extent of it.
Appreciate you guys.
Thanks, Mark. See you next time. Mark Rogandino, MLS on Apple TV. Like I said, match 7 o'clock tonight down there. And that's a big win if you go beat the team that's actually, it's early in their season, the League of Mexico, but they're at the top of the table, 2-0-1. That would be a nice confidence win tonight for SDFC, which, I just get the feeling without, knowing all of the ins and outs of how rosters move.
Oh, I was going to.
No, I'm just saying, I just feel it's been a season where last year, kind of every time the game came down to it, the ball bounced our way. We end up winning.
Yeah.
And it's been the exact opposite this year. They've lost so many games in extra time, or had games end up being tied, and it just, they haven't been able to quite get there. So
I'm not a journalist, but my sources have told me, and again, I'm not saying this is true, but I trust these people, that Chucky Lozano was openly criticizing the coaching staff, and
I think that's what most of us were led to believe. Yes, it was
more of a he was disrespectful to the coaching staff.
I don't think that the SDFC had really much choice based from everything we heard. You're right. They asked him to do things. He said, "No, I'm not doing them."
Yeah.
They said, "Well, then you're not really playing for this club."
Yeah, it's not really a choice.
So there you have it. But he goes to the Galaxy. What I was trying to look at real quick while we were saying goodbye to Mark, but I couldn't get there. Do we play the Galaxy here before the season ends? That would be
something.
Kind of a tasty matchup.
That would be something. I'm gonna have to look into that.
All right, we'll look that up and check you on that when we come back. Or somebody who knows the schedule can send it to us, and then we'll do some Chris versus the fans trivia time. We had an interesting one yesterday. Broke the rules of the game.
You broke the rules.
I
did.
Of the game. I said I did, and somebody was on up for the challenge. So let's see where Chris versus the fans goes today at 833-288-0973. Call in to play. Getting into the 4 o'clock hour, we are broadcasting live from the Bill House Studios. We know how. Tonight, the Padres take on the Diamondbacks. Game 4 of a 4-game series. By the way, Phillies, who are also 2 games up on the Padres for the wild card. Padres have to catch at least one of those teams.
Yeah, last night was a good night for them to make up some ground.
Right, because the Phillies lost, but so did the Padres. I think they both lost 10-4, actually.
Interesting.
Tonight, Phillies are ahead of Washington 4-1. You don't have much hope tonight because Miles Michaelis is starting for Washington. I think he's pitched one good game like the last 4 years. I don't understand why they keep putting this guy out there. Any team, there's got to be a young pitcher somewhere.
Yeah, I always think that too. Like, really?
Right?
You think Miles Michaelis is giving you the best chance to win out of every pitcher you have?
Yeah, but he's out there, and the Phillies are teeing off. Rise, who homered last night, almost hit one just a moment ago. Was caught at the wall. Anyway, we'll get into some Chris versus the fans here. Opportunity for you to win some tickets to the concert. The concert being that of Muse, M-U-S-E, Muse. They will be performing at the amphitheater down there in... well, you know me. I'm looking for the thing.
I mean, I don't know
it.
how much easier I can make it for you.
Oh, here it is. No, it's not. I lost that page. I don't know. Here's what happens.
You request the paper.
I know, but here's what happens. Okay, see, Skraby is great. He gives me this thing with all the information and stuff. But I have OCD, and we've talked about this. So when I feel like I'm done with a certain grouping of papers, I immediately throw it out.
Can't do that.
And that's what happens. Then I end up needing it later, and I don't have it anymore.
Everything is for both
that's what
of us.
happens.
Everything is such a process.
Blame my
for both of
OCD. Blame it on my OCD. It's mostly under control thanks to great medicine and doctors, but sometimes it rears its ugly head. 2 tickets to Muse, North Island Credit Union Amphitheater, August 29th. By the way, August 29th, the SDFC hosts the LA Galaxy.
That's right.
So if you don't win the tickets to
yeah.
this, make sure you go to see that. We got to get some free tickets for that game.
Oh, man.
That's going to be the Chucky Lozano return.
You got to, I mean,
That'll
I hope
be
he's
crazy
with
night.
the Galaxy by that point. I mean, you think, right?
I mean, we already know that the fan bases. Now, I know usually the bigger, if I'm not mistaken, the bigger fan rivalry has always been SDFC against LAFC. But I believe there's probably still a pretty good rivalry with the Galaxy, too.
I mean, they've only been in existence for 1 year.
I know, and now the
so-
Chucky's coming down.
I can see that.
Yeah, 29th of August is going to be a big night. All right, let's play some trivia.
If you had one shot, one opportunity to take down the human almanac himself,
Howdy do.
now is your time.
Listen to me, this guy is dangerous.
Now is your opportunity to win a prize.
Well, I hope you know what you're in for.
Chris versus the fans starts now on 97.3 The Fan.
Gator Padre on the chat says that they do the same thing as you with the papers. Once they're done, put it to the side. Get it out of your way.
Well, you can put it to the side. It's out of the way. I actually throw it away, like to where it's not retrievable. And my wife does not like this.
I would assume.
Yeah.
How many important things have you thrown away over the years?
Goodness. Way too many. Yeah, way too many. Where's that bill that came in? What bill?
What bill?
Yeah, the one that you probably scooped up in a pile and threw away. Yeah, that's the bill.
I know you also like to shred things, so maybe you've shredded some stuff over the years. We have a nice shredder
Allow
here
me
at
to
work.
say that I don't like to shred things. My wife wants things shredded.
Oh, I don't blame her.
That turns me into the shredder.
I don't blame. All right, here are the rules. You have to make it through 3 questions. Each question will get more difficult. If you get the question right, you move on. If you get it wrong and Chris gets it right, you're eliminated. But if Chris gets it wrong, then you move on to the next question or you win. If you're a first-time player, let us know before you get into it, and you will get that question for free today. So let's go to our first contestant today, Ryan. Hello, Ryan.
Hey, how we doing?
Pretty
good,
good.
Ryan. Good luck to you, man. Good luck.
Say it one more time.
I'm a first-time contestant today. Big-time fan, though.
Thank you. First-time
contestant.
I love it. I love it.
That was good.
We can do it. We can do it.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's you might have started something new there, Ryan.
Here we go. Question number 2.
First time contestant.
During the 2023 season, which Atlanta Braves superstar became the first player in history to record 40 home runs and 70 stolen bases?
Whoa, big year.
Ronald Acuna Jr.
Ronald Acuna
Is that
Jr.
number 2?
is correct.
So he's one away?
He is one away.
Okay.
Nice job. Yeah, Ronald Acuna Jr.
Yes, sir.
Hold on
40,
one second,
70.
Ryan. Ronald Acuna Jr., 40-70, but he has never been the same since. Never.
He's been hurt.
He has been.
Constantly.
And he did tear his ACL before that season.
One thing that is you got to give to Ohtani, because he's not stealing him this year the way he did,
No, he's not even trying.
But remember, 30-30 was kind of a thing. There was only a few guys here and there who did it. Then Canseco in the 80s hit a 40-40 year. Probably cheated, but he got there. Maybe 2 or 3 other guys were able to get 40-40. No one ever, I'll be honest with you, no one dreamed 50-50 was even something you could even think about it.
Yeah.
To hit 50 home runs and then have the speed to steal 50 bases. And Ohtani did it easily.
Yeah, easily.
So for all the crap we give Ohtani, you got to give him his props for that.
Nah.
No, you
All
won't
right,
do
Ryan,
it.
here we go. Question number 3. No, you do have to give him props. We're watching a legend, Chris, if we're being honest.
Yeah, I guess so.
He is a good player.
Yes, he is. All right. If you're a Padre fan, I think you should know this. How many times have the Padres won their division?
Oh, gosh.
Ever.
Yeah. Since the team began.
I do know this. Sky. Oh, my God.
It's a tough one, but I think you could, hopefully you can come up with it.
I feel like it's 9 or 13. Is it 9?
He's going.
Is
that what you want to go with, Ryan? 9.
I
Go
wanna
with
go with
9
9.
over. Don't go with 13. I know it's not 13. That'd be way too many for them. It's not 9 either.
Do you know, Chris?
I think it's 5. I'm guessing a little bit. Oh,
Sorry about that, Ryan. Thank you for playing. It was 5. 84, 96, 98, 2005, and 2006.
That's right. They went back to back.
Yeah. So.
And they haven't won it since 2006, and they're probably not going to win it anytime soon. Because even if they make the playoffs every year, they're going to have to beat the Dodgers to win the division.
They're going to chase down the Dodgers this season.
They're only 9 back, and the Dodgers are fading.
Let's go, baby.
The Dodgers are feeling the heat.
I don't like that the Dodgers are just hanging out in Arizona while the Padres are playing. I don't like that.
You don't want them scouting us?
Yeah, I don't even think it really matters.
But this weekend, you're going to root for the Dodgers or the Diamondbacks?
I got to root for the Dodgers because I need the Diamondbacks to lose.
Yeah.
All right, the next contestant. Let's go to Travis. Hello, Travis.
Hi, Travis.
Hey, what's going on, boys?
Not too much.
Hey, how are you?
You ready to play?
Let's do it.
Here we go.
It's not a first-time contestant.
What is the name of the football game being played tonight in Ohio?
Hall of Fame game.
Hall of Fame game is correct. We're giving the Hall of Fame game more pub than the Hall of Fame game needs.
Yes, I was the one who went off on a tangent on the college football all-star game, which again did exist. But if the Seattle Seahawks were playing a group of college all-stars tonight, I think we would be more inclined to tune in than to this Hall of Fame thing, an exhibition game.
I can't answer that. If it was every year, probably not. But the novelty of it, yeah.
The novelty would be really cool.
For 1 year.
And if you could honestly get the real like if you could you use Mendoza as the quarterback, for the All-Stars?
I got it.
Right? He's already been drafted by the Raiders. I don't think they're going to want him to be playing.
He would have to play the year before.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there would be a lot of problems with having the All-Star game nowadays.
Unfortunately, there's just way too much red tape behind all of
and
this.
way too much money at stake.
That too.
Yeah.
All right, here we go, Travis. Question number 2? Yes.
Yeah. Chris Johnson would be out there trying to defend JSN because he'd be the all-star cornerback.
Oh, yeah. That would be crazy.
Yeah.
Well, Chris Johnson could probably handle it because he's in the NFL.
Well, he is now.
All right, Travis. Under the new MLB schedule, how many times do in-division teams play each other?
That's a good question. Some people know it, some people don't.
Ooh, is it 4 times each?
Well, wait a minute. The actual number of games, not number of series.
Oh, yes. The actual
How
number of games.
How many actual games do the Dodgers and the Padres play each other?
4 go 8. And
Sorting it out.
Go 14.
14.
Wait, what's your final answer?
14.
14. I tried to give it to him by saying 14 is just off. 13.
Yeah, it's 13. Sorry.
Yeah,
about
they play
that, Travis.
3 3-game series normally, and there's always that 1 4-game series between the two rivals.
Yeah, there's always at least one. All right, let's go to our next contestant. We're going to go to David. Hello, David.
Hey, David.
Hey, what's up? What's up, guys?
Not too much.
Nothing. Good luck
Ready
to
to
you.
play?
Well, let's do it.
All right, here we go. This should be pretty easy, I think, but
Uh-oh.
Exactly.
What is the name of the historic brick building in left field at Petco Park?
Western Metal.
I'll give it to you.
Yeah, give it to him.
It was just a question number 1. So
It's also the oldest edifice that is a part of any ballpark in all of Major League Baseball.
There's no other older edifice?
It's older than Fenway Park.
Edifices is?
Yep, it's older than Fenway Park and Wrigley Field.
That's crazy.
That's right. Bob Scanlon taught me that.
You know, no one really cares about this, but I love looking into like how life was back in the day, and someone just randomly put a building downtown, a Western Metal building back in like the 1800s. It's so crazy to me.
Okay.
All right.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's crazy to me.
I like it too, but I think
Okay. I stopped the show.
I would love to see what San Diego looked like if they could do it. They can't. But if I could go back on a time machine for one day, I would choose about kind of a winter time of 1979.
Really?
Yes.
That's random.
Well, for this particular, because that's when I moved to San Diego to go to school here.
All right.
And I would love to see what did our city really look like when I first got here, as opposed to what it looks like now.
A lot different.
A lot
I'm sure.
different.
A lot
Yeah.
different. All right, here we go. Question number 2. I hope you know your Canadian provinces. What Canadian province is Wayne Gretzky from?
I don't know my Canadian provinces, but I'll go with Alberta.
Alberta.
Gonna try it.
I don't know if Chris knows this.
Everybody who has ever been around hockey knows Brantford, Ontario. Yeah, that's kind of a known one.
Sorry about that, David.
Yeah, bad news, David. Sorry. I think if you've ever drove into Brantford, Ontario, there'd just probably be Wayne Gretzky everywhere. Right? That's what I imagine anyway.
I would assume. I mean, is there any other reason to promote anything in that town?
Not that I know of.
All right, let's go to Alberto. Hello, Alberto.
Hello, guys.
Hey, Alberto.
You ready to play?
Yes, sir.
All right, here we go. Question
Yes, sir.
number 1. Let's see. Which legendary 49ers quarterback, possibly the best quarterback of all time, won 4 Super Bowl rings in the 80s?
Brock Purdy? It's not Brock Purdy.
That would be Joe Montana.
Joe Montana, for sure. Montana, he's the coolest of them all.
He is.
And you know what? I really enjoy listening to Montana. He doesn't get interviewed enough. You know, he's around the game, but he's kind of on the periphery. He's very complimentary of every quarterback that's ever come after him.
Really?
And to me, it just means that he's always been comfortable in his own skin and his own accomplishments.
Definitely.
He knows damn well he's one of the greatest ever, but you never get him acting that way.
No.
And he always talks about all the other guys as if they're incredible too.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that about Montana.
Yeah, that does tell you that he's
a class guy all the way around. He really is.
All right, here we go for Alberto. Question number 2. Which Chicago Cubs hitter hit 2 home runs against the Dodgers yesterday?
Armstrong.
All right, you got it. Here we go. PCA, unfortunately.
And then who won the game again today? Armstrong. Who wins the game every day for the Cubs? Armstrong.
All right, here we go. Question number 3. Actually, it's not Armstrong. It's Crow Armstrong.
Yeah,
to you.
I know, yeah.
Who is the only NFL quarterback to have 4 games with at least 500 or more passing yards?
Wow. 4 of them.
Only NFL quarterback to have 4 games over 500 yards passing.
500, man.
I think I'm not going to take a guess and let Chris answer this.
All right, you're going to pass. He's going to pass.
A little strategy.
It's fine.
Little strategy. Well, I don't believe it's Norm Van Brocklin who was the first to do it and still hasn't had his record broken.
When I was doing the research on this question, I stared at it for a long time, and I was wondering, how is this still the
How
record?
has it not been broken? I think Roethlisberger's done it even more than Manning or Brady, and those are the only other two I would guess. But I'm going to say Roethlisberger.
I'm sorry, Alberto.
I did. I knew that. I don't know how I knew it, but I did.
I'm sorry.
Roethlisberger had a few of those.
He had
four. Apparently, yeah.
Yeah, and
Apparently
he got
four.
his last one was in, I think, the last game he ever played when they were losing to the Browns in the playoffs by like 40 points, and he just threw the ball around.
Well, 5 hundos a ton, but nobody can beat 554. I don't get it.
I don't get it either. I really
makes
don't.
no sense.
Ben Roethlisberger is going to be our tiebreaker today.
Oh, a little tiebreaker action.
Let's go to Lucas in Poway. Hello, Lucas.
Hey, how we doing?
Pretty good. You know how to play tiebreaker?
I sure do.
All right,
Is this the Lucas who I told to one day watch a movie named Lucas? Do you remember that?
That is correct.
It's you.
Oh, my
okay.
goodness. Oh, my goodness.
That is correct.
Oh, wow. You have a weird memory, Chris. You can't even remember what I told you 5 seconds ago.
My wife says the same thing. You never do your chores, but you know all that other stuff. So.
All right, here we go, Lucas. I'm gonna ask Chris for a number. He's gonna give it to me, and you're gonna guess whether or not the actual number is higher or lower than what Chris guesses. Chris, how many passing yards did Ben Roethlisberger have in his career?
Oh my goodness, that's gonna be a lot.
18 years.
My God.
18 seasons for Mr. Roethlisberger.
70,000? Is that too many? God, I'm going like 4,000 a year, and he'd be. That's too many. 60,000.
60,000. Lucas, is the actual answer higher or lower than 60,000 passing yards?
Let's say over.
He's gonna
no, sorry.
No.
That is under. That's under.
He changed it. Is he right?
I was trying to save you.
Well, let's say it's the way a game goes. It's
sorry,
over
Lucas.
60?
64,088
Wow.
yards. 64,088.
Well, that was kind of, you sometimes you change your mind, it works out. Sometimes it doesn't.
Another
Rich. Contestant.
Hello, Rich.
Hi, Rich.
What's going on, guys?
Not
hey,
too
it's
much.
down to you now, man.
Stay right there. Chris.
Good luck. Here we go.
How many touchdown passes did Ben Roethlisberger throw in his career?
Big Ben. By the way, whatever happened to him? Like
What do you mean?
stayed. Well, where is he now?
Oh, he's doing like a podcast.
Yeah. I don't miss him because I don't think he's a good dude.
Don't miss him.
No, he's not a good guy.
I'm not disagreeing with you, but I think he does a podcast.
Yeah.
I think he does other things.
I think anybody
I
who
also have heard that there has been an awakening because he has kids now and he's married.
I hope so.
And,
yeah.
But
some of the
know.
stuff he
of course.
apparently got away with when he was in school
was really bad.
Frightening.
My
and not
ex-girlfriend told me some stories because she went at the same time, and it was not good.
No. So Roethlisberger, whatever. But I hope you're right. Maybe he's had a reckoning.
That's what I've heard.
Okay.
Let's go back to how many
yes.
touchdown passes in his 18-year career?
18 years. 20 a year is not much, and that'd be 360. So, I mean, he's going to have 425 would be 450.
450. Rich, is the actual answer higher or lower than 450?
Man, I think it's got to be over that.
Over.
Somewhere around 500.
Oh, man, Chris has won the game. I got nothing left, and we have to go to break. So Chris has won the game. You beat all the fans.
Well, I'm going to ask a trivia question then, and let everybody else dial in for the.
Not right now.
No, but later. I'll give you the tickets in a little while. We'll take a break in the meantime.
Hold on. Let me give you the answer.
Oh, yeah.
418.
Okay.
His 2019 season, he only played 2 games, didn't throw any touchdown
that
passes.
hurt him.
Yeah.
That hurt him. All right. We will give you a chance to win the Muse tickets, but it'll be in the form of trivia in a little bit, probably in the next 10 minutes. So don't go too far as we continue on Gwynn and Chris. Pick that one.
This is me.
That's you. It sounds like one of your songs. Kind of slow,
Oh, just wait.
boring, ho-hum.
Well,
Does it click in here?
Excuse me?
Yeah, I
This
hear
is
now.
a very popular song.
What is it?
It's Chop Suey by System of a Down. You never heard it? Here we go.
Chop suey?
Yeah.
Wake up! I like a little chop suey. There's no question about
It's
that.
okay.
I definitely, you bring up food, I'm in on it.
I mean, Chop Suey is pretty good, I gotta say.
Gwynn and Chris, 97.3 The Fan. We got a big 5 coming. Tony will be back with us for that. Coming up in the 5 o'clock hour, with tonight being the Hall of Fame game, I'm getting excited, for football. So, opening week schedule in the NFL is just a little more than a month away. Does everybody know who you're playing on opening day? So I can't wait. Some of the matchups. You are going to be in Australia, your team.
Well, not me, but I wish I was going to Australia. That'd be fun.
The Dolphins are going to be pretty close, actually, in Las Vegas. Skraby and I are even toying with the idea, maybe.
Might do some sort of
we might try to go
road
up and
trip, some crazy kid road trip.
We might go see that game if we can in Las Vegas, but as I told you, if I'm going to invest in the Dolphins this year, I better do it before they're 0-8.
True.
So week 1, it's a fresh slate. But we'll take a look at it. And then a quick review of last year, just for fun, because everybody kind of forgets. There were 2 overtime games in the playoffs last year, Scrape. Do you remember which ones?
I remember the Bears and the was it Lions? No, Bears beat someone, but it was that game. Packers.
Okay, Bears-Packers was not an overtime game.
Okay, well, then I'm way wrong because I don't remember the others.
The 2 were a great game. Denver beat Buffalo in overtime in the divisional round.
Oh, yeah.
And also in the divisional round, Rams at Bears. Rams won.
That's one. Okay,
those
now
are
I
the 2
remember.
overtime games in last year's playoffs. But we'll go over some of that in the 5 o'clock hour. One NFL note, Jahmyr Gibbs. If you need if you need a loan, give him a call. Highest paid running back in NFL history, $67 million over 3 years, $51 million guaranteed.
I heard. I
That's
saw
the
even
big
a bigger
number when you're a player in the NFL is getting guaranteed money.
I read bigger numbers.
Well, 75 it could be.
Okay,
worth up to 75.
Gotcha.
51's guaranteed. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure.
Chris?
Yes, I know, but I'm sure he's motivated, but it would be almost hard sometimes to stay motivated when you got the 51 in the bank. Jahmyr Gibbs, a rich man. Big 5 coming up.
The biggest.
is coming right up, but I have a quick question. Listen to it. Call 833-288-0973. If you get it right, you go to see the concert Muse playing at North Island Credit Union August 29th. There was one tie in the regular season NFL last year. Which two teams played in that tie game? 833-288-0973. While you're calling in to win, let's get some Big Five rolling.
It's that time of the show when we check on the latest in sports. Only the most important topics and questions are brought to light.
Stop what you're doing and listen.
These news stories will astound and amaze you. The one, the only.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
The Big Five starts now on 97.3 The Fan.
And Chris and I are broadcasting live from the Bill House Studios, where we know how. Tony Gwynn Jr. out in Phoenix before the final game between the Padres and the Diamondbacks.
And I just noticed, just glanced up here, looks like Tony's actually doing the show from, I would say, at least a Ritz-Carlton, based on the background of his room there. It looks nothing like the palatial stays I get with the
Aztecs.
With the Aztecs.
I mean, you have some nice rooms. You have some of those suites as well. So
do you just look over his left shoulder there? The lounge chair that's there. I've never seen one of those in my room.
Okay. It's just a lawn chair in your room. Right. I mean, the rest of the
lawn chair, yeah. And I have to put it together myself to get it set
like,
up.
Here's your IKEA lawn chair,
right,
sir.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. The Padres offense has been really good in the last 2 months. We've talked about this. However, they're still showing inconsistency. 2 out of the last 3 games, they have not hit as well as they have been doing the last 2 months, but it's there. We know it's there. They got to Eduardo Rodriguez last night. Obviously, they were going to have to come back from a massive deficit. So, Tony, you're up first. Does this offensive inconsistency give you pause?
Yes, it does. My man's name last night?
Brat, maybe?
Brat, yeah.
Brat?
Brat.
Yeah. Brat.
He'd never pitched more than 5 innings in a game ever.
It looked like Eduardo and him like switched bodies or
there
something.
You go. Yeah.
Based on the numbers. So, yeah, it gives you pause, man. You just, especially, in this particular series, it feels to have a little more importance. And you would just like to see more than how many hits they ended with? I know they had 1 for most of the night. They ended up.
I think into the 9th inning they had 1, and then they scored some runs.
So maybe 3 or 4 hits.
So I mean, I just don't think that no matter how good Brat was, that he should have been able to hold them to 1 hit.
Chris, does this give you pause?
Yeah, it does. Here's the thing. We talked about it on the roundtable today quite a bit, and it's interesting now with the trades that AJ has made. The Padres appear like they're going to have enough pitching to get to the finish line. Casey Mai's not going to pitch like that, every night. We talked about it earlier, but so I think they're going to have enough pitching to get there. The hitting is what's going to have to, keep them there, and. It's, now I'm leaning on Braden for these analytics because I certainly wouldn't know where to find this information. But there's some analytics somewhere that says the Padres are one of the worst teams in baseball this year hitting against bad pitchers. And the opposite, they're one of the better teams hitting against good pitchers. Now, maybe that bodes well for the playoffs because they'll only be facing good pitchers. But the one thing that concerns me about this offense, we didn't see it last night because they didn't get a lot of base runners. Their situational hitting still has to improve. And I think, in the playoffs, Tony, there's only 2 ways to score runs. Home run or some good situational hitting. You're very rarely going to string together like 5 doubles in a playoff game. So, yeah, the offense is the thing that's going to have to be a little more consistent here the last 45 games.
All right. We'll figure it out.
Number 4.
Major League Baseball suspended Mariners lefty Gabe Spire for 3 games and fined him for intentionally throwing at Tigers second baseman Gleyber Torres last night. Now, there was some escalating tensions throughout the game. Mariners starter Brian Wu hit 3 batters, and Tigers lefty Emmanuel De Jesus hit Seattle's Cal Raleigh in the 7th. Then Spire hit Torres in the 8th. Both benches cleared, resulting in ejections for Spire and Wilson. Now, Chris, you're going to be up first here. When is it intentional in your mind? Because we've seen some guys get hit in the Padres games recently, and it's not intentional. So whenever I see this, I'm wondering, like, is that intentional? So what is intentional to you?
I don't know. Almost everything is probably has to be considered intentional until you can rule that out.
Like
breaking ball. Well,
slip?
let's start with this. A breaking ball, okay, is probably not intentional. Not going to hit somebody with a slow curve. Score of game situation, I think you can kind of tell. I look at what happened last night. Again, I like to get Tony's input because he's been in these games where you get an early hit batter, then you maybe get another one, and maybe the first couple are actually not intentional, but now the other team is behind by 2. So they figure they got to say something, right? I think this is where maybe your umpires have to step in, recognize what's going on, make sure you get some warnings out there. And if you have to throw somebody out early in a game, maybe you have to do it to prevent stuff from happening later on. I'm blaming the umpires, but I think that they can do a better job sometimes of controlling it. They're down on the field. They know what's going on out there. They've seen enough baseball to know the difference.
Tony, what do you think about this situation?
Although I saw the last hit by pitch, and I know Cal was also hit, I didn't know the Wu part. Now, did Wu hit 3 guys prior to anyone getting it? Or was there?
I believe how it happened. He hit the 3 batters, and then in the 7th,
Raleigh got hit.
Yes.
Okay, so this is where sometimes. Maybe a lack of awareness plays into this, right? Because if I'm the Mariners and I know my guy Brian Wu has hit 3 guys,
yeah,
and whether it was intentional or not, I know that the other team is probably feeling a way that 3 guys got hit, and somebody's probably getting plunked on our side. Now, the easy way is, I shouldn't say the easy way. The way you would hope that it goes is, they get their lick back, and they're going to pick somebody. Because can you Skraby? Can you find out who the 3 guys Wu hit were on the Detroit side? Because if 3 guys, it's basically our 3 for your 1, right? And that's
so your 1 better be a good guy.
It depends on the team. They went ahead and they went after Cal, and it makes sense, right? And so at this point, Mariners have a decision to make. And listen, it may have been out of Dan Wilson's hands at this point. Spear, who's in the bullpen, is watching this game from out there. Manager don't have time to get on the phone and be like, "Hey, you guys calm that down out down there," right? Like you're in the middle of a game, so maybe reliever took it in his own hands at this point, because what you would have liked to see is just Kyle take his lick, going down to first. Everybody's good, but in some ways the Mariners probably feel like, wait, now you hit Kyle, so that's a little different, So, these things happen. Suspensions, and listen, he hit that dude having to know that he was going to get suspended, because at this point, 4 guys have been hit. This is the 5th, and it's late. You had to know, so it seems like they were okay with the decision at that point. And again, it may have been out of Dan Wilson's hands in terms of being able to give the bullpen a heads up, like, hey, we're done.
Here I found out it was
go ahead.
It was Max Clark, who is playing like his 5th ever game.
That's the young kid.
Yeah, and then it was Riley Green, so a name right there. And then the final one was more of like a did it hit him type of thing, because they had to replay. But the first 2 actually hit the guys.
Well, let me just ask Tony.
Riley Green is good enough at that point.
Yeah,
he's their offensive guy.
Right. So Tony's 100%. That is going to happen. And if you're Cal Raleigh, you have to almost know it's going to happen. You should have been, but that pitch just kept riding in on him. I mean, he looked like he was prepared to get out of the way. The ball just kept following him until it hit him right in the stomach or the side. So There's nowhere to go. But again, I'm going to say, what if the umpire after the third one, even if it wasn't intentional, said, I'm giving a warning. And, if you're going to retaliate, do it at your own peril because my antennas are up now. Could that slow it down, or does the umpire have to give the Mariners a chance, or does the umpire have to give the Tigers a chance to retaliate?
I would say, I don't know if they would actually admit this, but I would say they understand what's happening a lot of times, and they will give if he goes out and gives a warning.
Right.
I've definitely heard managers say, you're taking the chance for us to be able to protect our guys.
Right, that's what they're going to say. Yeah.
Right.
They're not going to say retaliate. But.
So you could very well get out there if you really want to dead it. Yeah, hand out the warnings because then the next guy they know. But listen, I mean, at the end of the day, he still ejected him. It didn't matter, right?
It ended up that way.
It ended up that way anyway.
And you know what? You can also can you give a warning and then not throw people out on the next hit by pitch, but just you're kind of sending a message.
You could.
Just say, look, So
you've definitely we've seen umpires we've seen managers get ejected because warnings were given and then somebody gets hit and they're like, well, I didn't deem that one purposeful, so I'm not throwing him out. And you see a manager lose his mind. Yeah.
Boys will be boys.
Number 3.
Live Golf apparently is back, everyone.
Yes, I saw that story, and I saw you celebrating yesterday,
Oh,
Skraby.
yes, I was so happy about
the
this.
rebirth of Live.
They said that they found funding from an outside investor. It says that the investor's identity and funding amount are undisclosed, so this really could be like $2 or something like that. Live Golf expects to finalize terms soon and close the deal in September. Scott O'Neill, the CEO of Live Golf, stated that a signed agreement with the lead investor has been board approved to anchor the league's player-driven next era, adding that interest from over a dozen other parties could create a multi-partner model for long-term growth. Pretty amazing that no one wanted this thing about 2 months ago, and now they got suitors at the wazoo.
Do you believe them?
No, I don't.
Well, I was just about to say, we don't believe you.
So my question is, Tony, you're up first. Are you surprised anyone is actually trying to keep this alive?
Yes. Yes, no, I...
Get it? Alive?
Yeah, I thought I am surprised. I actually am surprised that someone decided to invest in this. I mean, no one cared about it when they had,
when they had oil money behind
funds. Right. I don't think that's going to change. So, matter of fact, didn't they have a bunch of dudes like flee their organization and head back home? I mean, it seems like
it's
a lot of
flux.
dudes left.
Yeah, it's in flux.
So yeah, no, I'm not. I'm very surprised. I don't think much changes for them moving forward. And there's a chance that a lot of people won't even hear this story right here. That they got.
Yeah, way to go,
they got the
Skraby.
extra
You're
fund.
spreading the word.
Well, I want people to know because
they didn't even know.
It's going to turn out the lead investor is Greg Norman, who started this whole thing.
Had to invest his own money back into it.
He's like, I'm going to make this work. They've already fired me once. Chris, are you surprised anyone is trying to keep this alive?
Yeah, that's it. You're going to try it again. You got away with it once.
Well, no, I'm not going to do the
Be happy that you got to laugh the first time.
I have to do it. I have to ask it the same way.
He did try it again. Wow.
I don't know. Live Golf to me is sports is. Isn't it Live Golf?
No, he said live.
No,
okay. He's laughing at my dad joke.
Yeah,
it's just ridiculous.
This whole league or whatever it is, to me, is sports' version of a tree falling in the forest. Anyway, like, I don't know.
No one can hear it.
Yeah, they could throw money at it. They can start it up. I've never watched a single shot. I don't see any of the results. I think most of the golfers in it realize that's kind of how it's going to be, even with money. They're going to get their checks and they're going to go their merry way. So yeah, it has no effect on me. So
okay,
that's what they want to do.
Yeah, I think this is a perfect league for guys that are just looking to play some pro golf.
I mean, is John Rahm still officially in it, collecting?
I can't answer that, but I think so.
Gobs and gobs of money.
I think so. Well, I don't know. Who knows? Who knows?
Number 2.
Apparently, over 12 suitors though. which I don't believe for a second.
Pinocchio.
That sounds like one of my friends growing up. He also told me he had 12 suitors, but when it came to the prom, he wasn't going. I don't know what happened there. Don't know what happened there.
Hey-o.
Yeah. That joke was a live, man.
Thank you for bringing it back a third time. Now listeners are going to say a live.
Now you're bringing it out.
The Buccaneers, they're kind of a mess, but they said they have no plans to trade Pro Bowl nose tackle Vita Vea, and they view Baker Mayfield as their franchise quarterback per GM Jason Light. Despite Vea's agent stating that he's going to, he wants a trade. That's what he wants from the Buccaneers. They said that they're not going to do that. They had recent talks, and there's progress in those talks, and Vea is attending meetings and coaching and with teammates and all that stuff. So, Chris is up first. Do you think the team actually has a choice in this matter?
The team, has a choice to not
trade him,
to not trade him? And absolutely they do.
But then what if he sits out?
Then he sits out. It's up to him. I mean, whatever they do may hurt the team. But I think it's interesting here. You are one of many who said, hey, how about honoring a contract once in a while?
Yeah.
And now all these Buccaneer guys want to renegotiate, and the Buccaneers are saying, hey, good, but no, we're not just caving into every demand with every player. So that may hurt their season. That's up to them. But I think they do, hold the cards here in that sense. Baker Mayfield didn't get an extension either. Now he says he's going to, ball out and make them look bad. They're not wrong, the Buccaneers, in that sense, because let's just say that your last year and you do want to re-up and they say no. You go out and play like crap. Well, great, but now you're going to have trouble getting your money next year. So I don't hate this strategy from the Buccaneers. It's not one we see anymore, right? Almost every time a star player asks for more money, they end up getting it. That's why they keep doing it.
Yeah.
So I don't know, maybe a little kudos to the Buccaneers here.
Tony, what do you think about the Buccaneers? Do you think that they actually hold the cards?
Yes, they hold the cards. Chris is absolutely right. We just don't see teams do this a lot of times. Or they recognize that the said move could hurt in terms of wins and losses, and they're willing to kind of, acquiesce to whatever's being asked so that they could, in the name of winning. But I think ultimately this is the right move, right? I mean, listen, both things can be true. Baker could feel like I am deserving of a new contract and not going to get it, and I'm going to go out and make y'all look crazy and have to pay me more. And Tampa could be like, prove it again, and it's okay. So Baker's going to be mad, but I promise you, if he goes out and he balls and there ain't no haggling at that point, he gets his loot, he will be able to forgive. And so, yeah, and then in terms of who's was it, the defensive tackle? Vea? Yeah. In terms of Vea, I think that they should, why should they trade it at this point? Like, unless you're going to get the type of haul that you're asking for, or you just think there ain't somebody out there that could actually fill the void and keep us to where we think we can win, then you hang on to them. I mean, you don't have to trade anybody. Like, this notion, with the exception of these guys that have like 5 and 10 rights in baseball who can actually be like, no.
Yeah.
Everybody is under contract, and if the team chooses to hold on, they can hold on. Sometimes there's a big enough headache at the end of holding on that you're like, it ain't worth it.
Let's put it this way, cross sports for a moment. The Buccaneers are not the Detroit Tigers, apparently. They're not just going to say, hey, Tarek Skubals wants the Dodgers, so I'm taking the best. That's it. Whatever they give me, I'm taking. Buccaneers are like, hey, wait, we have something valuable here, and if we're going to trade him, it's going to be worth our while. I don't know. Look, the jersey I'm wearing, right, me is emblematic of a player that the Dolphins felt, well, the going rate was what it was for a quarterback. But Tua had one good year, got paid way too much money, and the Dolphins kind of messed their whole organization up doing that.
I think quarterbacks are a little different.
They are, but Buccaneers don't seem to
you're
be
right.
going along.
You're
now.
right. I guess I just don't want a guy who doesn't want to be there.
Well, listen. We don't know why he doesn't want to.
Yeah, it could be
Maybe it was because he felt like these negotiations just weren't going in the right direction at one point.
I'll reserve judgment.
Maybe by him doing this, you just heard the GM say, "No, we're not doing it. Negotiations have been moving in the right direction." Maybe he's gotten them to move in his direction that he wanted to in the first place. We'll see.
Did Bijan Robinson still want to be with the Falcons, even though he wasn't accepting their new offer? Now he's got what he wants now, but I'm saying a month ago.
Yeah, he did because he wasn't asking for a trade. He didn't want to leave. He wasn't asking to leave.
Yeah,
he was just asking for more money.
Okay, but and if he didn't get it, then what was he going to do? He was going to leave.
Then I don't know. Number
1.
I hope the Lions mess it up with Jahmyr Gibbs, so I don't know. 49ers can get him or something.
By the way,
like
I saw Bijan interviewed yesterday, and this is far from me because my hair. I have no hair. I've never been a fan of his hairstyle, Bijan Robinson.
Yeah.
Kind of that.
I can't picture it.
Yeah, well, next time you see it, give me a rating.
Give you a rating,
yeah.
Okay. I think Major League Baseball is celebrating something that they should not be celebrating. And if you missed it, this is an internet sensation right now. Mets pitcher Jeffrey Yan made his first start last night, and he has an incredibly unique celebration after he strikes
the guy out. Was he the starter? I thought he came in the middle of the game and was doing that.
No, it said that he started the game. I'm going to play it on YouTube, but basically he jumps in the air and he twists and he goes down to a knee and then he pounds the ground with his hand and it's very strange. And everybody's thinking this is the greatest thing that has ever happened in baseball. So
I know one person who loves it and is jealous. Dion is saying to himself, "Man, there's a couple of things I missed out on when I was
a baseball
playing."
Player?
Yeah, even in football. Because Dion always had the best celebrations, but some of this stuff is new, next level.
He does like a air guitar kick in the middle and then comes down. So my question to you guys is, how is this not showing up a batter, Tony?
I don't know. I just know I would never let this dude strike me out. He is not finna pirouette on me after punching me out. No shot. I refuse. I will put this ball in play under all circumstances. I am not allowing him to do it. I'm just not.
I mean,
so listen. In terms of showing the pitcher or hitter up. Dude, is that even a thing? I don't even think that's a thing anymore. Like that's pretty much every.
Doesn't PCA show up the pitcher every time he gets a hit?
I guess you're right.
I mean, they just do now, right?
I can't get Chris thrusting out of my mind.
Here's the thing is that I don't think these guys view it that way, including the pitchers, right? I think there are still some, I don't think you see guys getting hit for things like that no more.
Okay.
Right? So I don't think this generation of player views it the same way. There's still some guys who get salty and who may do it, but that used to be like the entire league. Now it's just like a handful of guys, I think, that it bothers. For the most part, everybody is kind of free to do what they want, including the pitchers. And so I just, as a competitor, there's just no way in hell I'm letting this dude punch me.
All right, you sold me on that.
I'm assuming that he's done this throughout his career.
It's ridiculous.
I think it's ridiculous too. But I mean, he must have done it throughout his career.
He's been doing this in the minor
leagues.
This is his thing,
and he's still alive. So, but I will.
Still alive.
He also doesn't hit. You know that's
he's not the guy stepping in the box.
That's a big thing, right?
He wouldn't have done it against the Cardinals in 1967. I know that. Bob Gibson would have had him cut in half.
Music.
Yeah.
That wouldn't have been allowed in any era but now. So, but it's cool. This is what it is.
Do you remember the era, Tony? And I can't remember the player's name, but I've seen the video. Whoever the player is upset at something that happened the previous at bat. So he just laid a bunt down the first baseline, and the pitcher came over to cover.
Yeah.
The bunt didn't get to the first baseline, so the batter just ran into the grass and just crushed the pitcher on his way to first base. But I think in that day, he probably didn't get much of a suspension in the sense that that's how the game was played then. This is how the game is now.
That's really funny. All right, that's it for the Big Five. When we get back, fourth and final game from Arizona this week. We'll get you set.
Gotta have it.
97.3 The Fan.
KWFN and KWFN HD1 San Diego.
Tony Gwynn Jr. here. If you've had a busy day at work, don't worry. We got you covered. We'll bring
my question about Jackson Merrill. Making plays all over the place this year. Last night, making plays all over the place. And I was trying to figure out online, and it didn't really give me an answer. What makes a platinum glover a platinum glover, and what makes a gold glover a gold glover?
I think it's voted on.
Ah, okay.
I think it's voted on by all of the. I think out of all of them, they all get votes. I think that's how my understanding is. And the winner of that vote, I think it's the fans that get to vote it too, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure though.
The fans get to choose the platinum glove?
Maybe it's not the fans. I know there's a vote for that portion of the platinum glove.
Do we think that Jackson Merrill is on pace for at least a gold glove this year?
That's so hard to say because you don't know. We see Jackson every day. I haven't seen Michael
Everybody
Harris
else every day.
Right, so of course I'm gonna say he seems like he is, but I don't know what the rest of these guys.
Yeah, he's made a lot of Gold Glove plays, I would say, this year, and I think we have to just be content with that, and then see where the Gold Glove takes you. You could go if you go through the history of the Gold Glove. It's a bit of an interesting study because what you see is guys getting the Gold Glove and then keeping the Gold Glove for years and years and years and years. Doesn't mean that they don't deserve it necessarily, but it's a very hard thing to actually determine, I feel. And I think there's a lot that goes to having already won it. Your dad won how many, Tony? 4, 5? 5. But it took a long time before he was in consideration for the first one, before people started to say, hey, wait a minute, this guy can play some right field now, and then he had the breakthrough. And then I think he just kept up playing good right field. I'm not saying he fell off, but it's like once you win one, you keep it. And so it's hard to get that first one, I've always felt. And, maybe Jackson can get that. So, but Tony's right. You haven't seen every other center fielder play every other, position. I wonder how much the analytics and all of that stuff enter into it, too.
Let me kind of fill some of the holes in this. It is no longer a popular award as it was in my dad's era. Maybe about 10 years ago, they started actually using metrics.
So they are using some of those metrics.
This is how you started seeing actual dudes who were good defenders and didn't necessarily have, the offensive prowess that some of the other older versions used to get. These guys who are getting it now, they are having to lead in some of these categories and kind of determine it that way. So it's not like it used to be. So if Jackson, I think it's actually easier now for a guy like Jackson to break through, whereas in the past,
you might be
if there was whoever, name your center fielder, Mike Trout, right? If he was in the National League, it would be very hard to unseat him if he's still out here playing and healthy on a consistent basis. So I think Jackson actually has a chance. I think this.
Yeah. My question about Jackson Merrill making plays all over the place this year. Last night, making plays all over the place, and I was trying to figure out online, and it didn't really give me an answer. What makes a platinum glover a platinum glover, and what makes a gold glover a gold glover?
I think it's voted on.
Ah, okay.
I think it's voted on by all of the. I think out of all of them, they all get votes. I think that's how my understanding is. And the winner of that vote, I think it's the fans that get to vote it too, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure though.
The fans get to choose the platinum glove?
Maybe it's not the fans. I know there's a vote for that portion of the platinum glove.
Do we think that Jackson Merrill is on pace for at least a gold glove this year?
That's so hard to say because you don't know. We see Jackson every day. I haven't seen, Michael
Everybody
Harris
else every day.
Right, so of course I'm gonna say he seems like he is, but I don't know what the rest of these guys.
Yeah, he's made a lot of Gold Glove plays, I would say, this year, and I think we have to just be content with that, and then see where the Gold Glove takes you. You could go if you go through the history of the Gold Glove. It's a bit of an interesting study because what you see is guys getting the Gold Glove and then keeping the Gold Glove for years
We've
and
talked
years
about this,
and
yes.
years and years. Doesn't mean that they don't deserve it necessarily, but it's a very hard thing to actually determine, I feel. And I think there's a lot. I don't know. Do we call it happy hour because it's kind of that time of day?
No,
Or do we call it happy hour because we're close to the end of the show and we're happy?
That was well.
Is that the origination?
No,
of it?
the
I don't
origination
remember.
is that we used to have a 6 o'clock hour back in the day. We used to be 3 to 7, and so the happy hour was our hour where we just did whatever the heck we wanted.
Oh, so you're saying we don't do that anymore?
No,
in the happy
because
hour?
the 5 o'clock hour is very
A
important.
little more
for
serious.
people. Yes, a
Yeah,
little
I
bit more
see.
serious.
All right. Well, we're broadcasting live from the Bill House Studios. We know how. Chris here, Skraby there, and Tony in Arizona. A lively Big Five tonight. And if you love Mediterranean food like I do, Spiro's, authentic Mediterranean, Coronado, La Jolla, dining takeout options, spiroscuisine.com tomorrow night. I know Padres are playing tonight in Arizona, wrapping up a big, important series, the whole deal. But tomorrow night, 7 o'clock or 6:30, regular time. Friday night, Robbie Ray will make his Padre debut at Petco against the Astros. That'll start a little homestand that includes the Brew Crew, too, Scrabe. You got the top two first-place teams coming in here.
Yes.
I think we mentioned that in the Big Five.
Yes, I mean, that's a big deal.
Couple of quick notes. The Hall of Fame game is about to kick off. By the way, congrats to the Hall of Fame. Now, the Hall of Fame game, there is the Hall of Fame inductions, too. And I will at least give the NFL the nod here that the Hall of Fame inductions actually happen, like, where there's free time.
Yeah.
So everybody can go who wants to go.
Yes.
Larry Fitzgerald, incredible wide receivers going to the Hall of Fame Saturday. Drew Brees. And they're interviewing Brittany, his wife, right now in Canton. But when he left the Chargers, like when he got broken in that game, I think it was the last game of the year, wasn't it, against the Broncos? Do you remember
not
it?
sure about that.
Yeah, he's got sacked.
I remember the injury for sure.
Yeah, he got sacked near the goal line, and it was all over for Drew Brees. No way the Chargers were re-signing him. He was broken down. There was no way Drew Brees
was ever going to do anything again.
Well, he certainly wasn't winning a playoff game. He definitely wasn't going to winning a Super Bowl. And he wasn't going to be in the Hall of Fame. And he did it all. So, amazing career for Drew. Luke Kuechly, great linebacker for Carolina. Interesting that Carolina's playing Arizona in the Hall of Fame game because you got Fitzgerald.
I wonder if there's anything
Kuechly.
there.
I don't know. Don't know if that was
Luke
just...
Kuechly is an interesting one because he had to retire early due to head injuries and stuff.
Did a lot of damage while he was there, though.
He did.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. He's a Hall of Famer, but it seems like he just went right in.
The guy that I'm happiest on this class is Roger Craig, which should surprise you because he's a 49er. But I just remember that guy dominating. I don't know what all his numbers are. Great receiver, great running back, receiving, had 1,000 yards in both 1 year.
He had over 10,000 yards combined.
I thought Roger Craig was just a phenomenal player. I was surprised he hadn't been in yet. And I think I'm leaving one. There's another one on there, but
not as important, I guess.
It's important to them. I don't have the list in front of me.
Play better. I guess you're a Hall
off
of
the top
Famer.
of my head here. A couple of quick notes in baseball. Casey Mize, not the only big acquisition to struggle in his debut with a new team. Cleveland made a big trade for Foster Griffin, the lefty. Griffin had hardly given up any runs all year. Today gave up 5 in 4 innings, 2 home runs. Mets whipped him and Cleveland. So his debut.
Maybe there's something there.
There could be something to it. Sure, you're trying too hard, whatever the case may be. And congrats tonight to... I think this is amazing. Andrew Pinckney, outfielder, Washington Nationals. He's 25 years old. Tonight is his first ever Major League game. Imagine how thrilling that is. His parents are there. Home run in his first game.
I do love that.
And this happened a couple nights ago for George Lombard of the Yankees.
And I think were you about to say this?
No.
His brother, I think, made a
Lombard?
debut. Yeah, Lombard. and he hit in AAA or something, and he hit a home run the same day.
I mean, the look on the parents' faces is priceless. If you're a parent and your kid is like playing Pony League somewhere and you're driving Dusty out to some field, right? Imagine the emotions that would go with your kid somehow against all odds, making it to the major leagues, just being in the game, on a roster, in a lineup, and you're sitting there and it's his first game and he homers.
Yeah.
Wow. Andrew Pinckney, 25-year-old outfielder from University of Crimson Tide. So good for him.
He was actually the younger brother was in single A, but still they did hit
for the
it.
Lombard.
Yeah, they did hit it at the same.
Lombard homered in his
night.
first game. In his second game last night, I saw a insanity highlight reel play he made behind second base playing shortstop, and threw the guy out. And Aaron Boone was just like, "Wow."
He's like, "Why did I have Anthony
here?
Volpe?
Yeah, where's he been? I know I've been hanging on to Anthony Volpe all this time."
Anthony Volpe, I kind of feel bad for. He's just not playing well.
And New York, you want that to happen in New York. We had a guy here at San Diego State. I'll never forget him. He's one of my guys, Bobby Meacham, who played with Tony's dad here. I've said it many times. Meacham was the All-American. Tony was kind of second team. Like Tony was great, but Bobby Meacham was the guy. And Bobby Meacham was drafted, I think, 7th, 8th overall by the Cardinals.
Okay.
Tony was in the 3rd round to the Padres. You know what happened to Tony.
Yeah.
But Bobby Meacham started with the Cardinals. He was a great shortstop, right-handed hitter. In those days, the Cardinals had all these switch-hitting fast guys. So they thought Bobby Meacham should be another. So they tried to make him a switch hitter. That took a few years.
I was going to say, it doesn't seem like something that's easy.
Then they got impatient, so they traded him to the Yankees. And the Yankees, for whatever reason, that brief period of time, were lousy. And Bobby Meacham played shortstop, and he was a rookie in New York, and he made a few errors like any shortstop would. And they just never let him. Yeah,
never let him forget it.
It just didn't work. Steinbrenner was just all over it. Sent him to the minors every time he'd kick a ball.
See, yeah, you can't do
Bobby
that.
Meacham never really panned out.
If you're an owner, or coach, you can't be.
No, Bobby Meacham had a what do you call it? A hall pass or a frequent flyer thing between
card.
New York and Columbus, the AAA affiliate of the Yankees. But yeah, it's just too bad. You look at Tony. Started with the Padres, stayed with the Padres, one step at a time, became Tony. Bobby was just as talented, in a lot of ways, but it didn't work for him. You never know how it's going to go.
This is a great example as to why it's so important who drafts you and where you go when you're a rookie. To me, your whole career can be ruined.
To me, if Bobby Meacham had been drafted by the Expos, and they just put him at shortstop and let him bat right-handed and play, he might have been great in a year or two.
So, that's crazy to be like, you have to be a switch hitter, and you're not very good at switch hitting now.
Well, he'd never even hit left-handed
once.
That's
what I'm saying. How do you just sell someone to be a switch hitter?
The Cardinals thought that's the way he could make it to the big leagues because the Cardinals had a bunch of fast switch hitters. So he was going to be the next.
That's tough. That's tough. Anthony Volpe will be on another team, and I want to know.
Right, it could
I want
work
to
for
see what he does.
It could work. The last thing on Bobby Meacham, for those who he was the guy that was in Coach Dietz's office when a guy named Tony Gwynn happened to walk by in the hallway, and Bobby Meacham said to Coach Dietz, "Hey, I didn't know we had Tony Gwynn on the team," because they both grew up in Southern California. And Jim Dietz said, "Oh, no, he's here to play basketball for, Smokey." And Bobby Meacham said, "What do you mean? He's not playing baseball?" And Jim Dietz said, "No, he's a basketball guy." And Bobby Meacham said, "No, he's not." It was Bobby Meacham who told Coach Dietz, "He's the best player I've ever seen. And I played in every All-Star game in Southern California. Get him out here to play baseball."
That is kind of weird.
Thank you, Bobby Meacham, for that.
That Tony Gwynn's talent didn't just like jump off the page.
I think it did.
In baseball.
I think it did, but basketball was, the way it went for him
in
the recruiting world.
The Hall of Fame game, Chris, we're already in solid. We've already had a punt. We've had a few runs.
Is Carson Beck out of the game yet?
No,
Carson
Beck
Arizona?
did get sacked, but we got a 3rd and 2. We'll see what he does, and he can. Oh, no, drop the ball.
Dropped. Yeah.
That guy's not going to make the team.
That's it for you, Brooks. You're out.
Brooks.
Poor Brooks is done.
And these guys, they've probably only been practicing for what, like a week and a half?
Can't be too long. That's why you're amazed when everybody can even complete a pass.
Yeah. I don't get it.
They make it look easy in the NFL, right? And when you get into the game, dropping back, getting the protection right, getting the coverage, reading the coverage, throwing a perfect ball because the defender backs don't give you a whole lot of open room.
You got nothing.
These guys make it look easy most of the time. It's not.
It's not at all.
It's not.
It's definitely not.
Yeah. All right. Give us some lineup. We've been
by the way,
off.
Adam Vinatieri was the final.
Thank you.
Final one.
Adam Vinatieri. Thank you. All right. We got to get a Padre lineup here. We've been holding off.
Leading off for your San Diego Padres and batting first, Fernando Tatis Jr. playing right field. Luis Rengifo batting second, playing left field. Manny Machado playing third, batting third. Ty France cleaning up at first base. Jackson Merrill batting fifth, center field. Xander Bogaerts sixth, shortstop. Gavin Sheets back in the lineup.
Yeah, he's missed a bunch of time.
DHing at the 7th spot.
That's important.
Yes. Freddie Fermin catching in the 8th spot, and then Jake Cronenworth batting 9th, playing second for Walker Buehler.
I just have one thing to say about that lineup because it's their lineup. Xander Bogaerts should not be batting 6th, at least until further notice. He just shouldn't be. I'm sorry. It is what it is. I can like him. I can defend him. But since June 29th, we're talking about like 35 games and a month and a half. Xander Bogaerts has no home runs. He has 9 RBIs in 35 games. He's your number 6 hitter. That's just not working.
It's not.
He has 2 multiple hit games in all of that time. I can't have him batting 6th until he starts doing something.
They must like Jake Cronenworth at the bottom of the lineup to help turn it over.
Whatever you got to do, but it's a results-based world, and Xander's been kind of this mediocre for a while.
Yeah.
Like if he was coming off 5 all-star seasons, then I say, okay, he's going through a bit of a rough patch. But this is not batting 6th material right now, and I hope I jinx it, and tonight he goes 3 for 4 with a couple homers, but we haven't seen anything like that in a long time. His last home run, Skraby, was is that right? No, come on. Oh, there it is. Oh, he hit one. All right. I owe him. He hit one July 10th, so he has 1 home run since June 29th. Xander.
I mean, that's not great.
It's still not great.
It's not great.
No, and that's the only home run. All right, that can't be right. I have him with 1 home run since May. Am I looking at this right, Skraby?
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm asking you.
I don't have it in
From
front
what
of
I
me.
can tell, he's got 1 home run since May. Can't bat 6th in the major leagues, my friend. All right.
My friend.
I'm not picking on him. You know I like all these guys. I just point stuff out, Scrabe. That's all I do. Don't kill the messenger. More Gwynn and Chris coming up. The Week 1 NFL schedule. It's only a month away. You want to know who's playing who? Gotcha. Next.
Search
on Gwynn and Chris. Forgot to congratulate Sam earlier. Got in there on the trivia. The tie game in the NFL last year was played between Dallas and Green Bay. Noteworthy, I think, because the final score was 40-40, and that has to be the highest scoring tie in NFL history. There could never have been a game beyond that, but I don't know that for certain.
Let's see.
Yeah?
I'm going to look it up real quick.
Yeah, look it up. It's got to be pretty close.
1964, 43-43.
Wow.
Oakland Raiders and the Boston Patriots. But I mean, that doesn't
AFL.
really. Yeah,
those are the old
way back
AFL.
when.
They had some fun days in the AFL.
Yeah, it's way back when.
All right. So here we go with tonight's Hall of Fame game. But we're about a month away from the start of the season. So I think a lot of people will remember now the opening. Give me a little, NFL. Get me going here. Thank you. Wednesday, September 9th is the opener this year. Remember, we normally open on a Thursday.
Yep.
Why did they have to push it back?
Because the 49ers and Rams are playing in Australia, and they
couldn't play on Friday there?
No, they wanted it on Thursday.
To give them
It's
time?
all about the time change. It's all about the time change.
Something with the time change. All right, so the NFL season opens a day earlier this year, Wednesday, September 9th. New England and Seattle, Super Bowl rematch. I don't think, since they've gone to this, maybe the last 15 years, where the defending Super Bowl champ always plays the opening game, I don't think they've had a rematch of the Super Bowl in the opening game before this one.
Cowboys played in the opening game last year, so we know that wasn't a rematch.
So they played whoever won the year before, which was
they played
the Eagles.
Yeah.
Seattle, New England. The other part of this game, I think the NFL is risking it, but Mike Vrabel is going to take probably too much attention away from this game.
It doesn't seem like it.
I know at the moment
the story
it seems pretty,
has died.
I think it seems pretty quiet, but I don't see how too many reporters are not going to ask about it when
I don't
they
think
get down to
anybody's
game
going to
time.
ask about it.
I will.
I'll fly you there.
Yeah, I'll fly Diana Rossini up with me, and we'll ask about it. Mike Vrabel needs to have his pay on that one. All right, your guys are September 10th, Skrabe. That's, San Diego time. It'll be a 5 o'clock start. Yeah. So
I mean, how is Kyle Shanahan? Honestly, I'm being dead serious.
Right.
How is he, after being in such a terrible car accident?
Maybe he won't even go on this
Australia?
trip. You know what? That's a possibility. Melbourne's a long flight, man. 15 hours, I'm saying, something like that.
I mean, they get luxury, too, so we're not going to...
Still a long way, though.
It's a long way.
49ers, Rams, both 12-5 last year.
Is Aaron Donald going to be on the field?
I don't think it's likely. He hasn't suited up yet.
No, he did.
No, but he hasn't practiced really.
But he suited. But he worked out with the Rams in Rams gear, which they had to log.
I think the important thing here is that the 49ers fly to Melbourne. They probably lose. They get beat up. They try to fly back home. They're worn out. And then in week 2, the Dolphins crush them up there.
It could happen. It could happen.
Nah, it won't happen.
It could.
All right, here's the Sunday schedule. Falcons open in Pittsburgh. Not the game of the year. Will Tua make his debut there?
I don't know. Is this sore back?
That's kind of the big question. I don't know. Aaron Rodgers starts his, quote, final season. We got Baltimore at Indy. So I think surprisingly, both teams were 8-9 last year. Neither team made it 500. Indy was 8-2 and finished 8-9. And Baltimore was 8-9 with Lamar Jackson. What happened there? No John Harbaugh this year.
Yeah.
I think the game of the week, at least on Sunday, is this one, Buffalo at Houston. They're both 12-5 a year ago. It has a chance to be a very good game. This is probably another decent one in the morning on September 13th, first Sunday. Bears at Panthers. Panthers won their division 8-9 last year.
Yes, they did.
Bears were 11-6. People think, here's the thing with the Bears. I've seen it before. Now they have expectations.
Yes,
How do they handle them?
Yes, and Ben Johnson has expectations.
It's always a little
not
different,
fan of that
right?
guy.
You do it once. Can you do it again? Cleveland, what a mess that franchise is. They're going to go into Jacksonville. I was surprised to see. I didn't remember Jacksonville. I knew they were good last year. 13-4.
Yeah,
they were really good last year. Here's two teams that were in last place last year, but I think they're both worth watching. New Orleans at Detroit. in the opener. Tyler Shuck interests me going forward, and the Lions can't be last again.
You would think not.
Here's the crummy game, not only of the opening week, but maybe the whole season. Jets open at Tennessee. Ugh. That's
wow,
going to be,
somebody
rolls to a 1-0 start there.
You know what? That you have to win that game if you're the Titans.
Either one, yeah. The other morning game on that Sunday, week 1, Tampa Bay, which collapsed down to 8-9. Cincinnati finished 6-11 last year.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think this might be the coach's. I can't remember his name right now. Zach Taylor.
Taylor.
It might be his last go.
Right. Here's 4 afternoon games on opening Sunday. Arizona at the Chargers. It's an easy draw for the Chargers, sounds
Very
like,
easy.
up at SoFi. Green Bay at Minnesota. I like it. Kevin O'Connell, how he got 9-8 out of that team. Great job last year.
That is a great job.
Packers, distasteful finish, blowing that playoff game to the Bears.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Washington's at Philly. I think Washington's 5-12 last year, but they're way better now because Jaden Daniels will be playing. That's gonna be a great game. And the other Sunday afternoon thriller, Miami at Las Vegas.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. Are the Dolphins at 7-10 going to be favored? Remember, they're supposed to be the worst team in football, but the Raiders are only 3-14 with Kirk Cousins. The opening Sunday night game. Come on, Dallas, who we all hate. New York Giants, who are 4-13. I know Harbaugh's there, but what a cruddy game.
Why do they force the Cowboys? They force the NFC East.
They do. You're absolutely right.
I don't know why.
Yeah, Dallas record last year. Trivia for you. What do you think? What'd they finish?
7-9 or 7-10.
Pretty good. 7-9-1. Remember they had the tie.
That's true.
Yeah. And Giants 4-13. That's not a Sunday night kickoff.
You know what?
Game.
I might be wrong about this, but I just don't think Jackson Dart is going to be able to make it through a season without being hurt.
Cam Scattaboo is got a meathead too, so that'll be fun. The Monday night
two together.
The Monday night opener is pretty good on paper. Denver at Kansas City. I think this is the most surprising thing about the whole NFL year last year. Kansas City was 6-11 a year ago. To put it in perspective, they had a worse record than the Dolphins. Of course, Patrick Mahomes makes a difference, and he'll be back.
I still can't believe that happened.
It is hard to believe.
By the way, Carson Beck just running down the field on the Panthers right now.
Not a boy, Carson. All right, football's underway, but baseball's coming up with Sam Levitt's pregame, Padres, D-backs. Tomorrow, Mason Miller is on the show. Woo-hoo! He's going to open the show. He's going to be in the middle of the show, and he'll probably close the show.
Oh, yeah.
We're looking forward to that. We'll see you then.